Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These 5 are the only protection we have.
The best part of the show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Hail day.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares.
From A to B.
Shattered Cast Uncut. Is that you? Shattered Cast
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered Cast Uncut.
Complete fuckers. Podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
shut the fuck up, Chip. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shatteredcast Uncut, episode 189. I will be your host for this evening, and my name is Bobby Skullface. And I've been listening to a number of podcasts recently, but I will get to that at the end of the show. Justin L., I got our new phone recently. Part of what I get this week. Don't worry about it. But I lost your number. I lost everybody's number. So if you have my number, text me with your name and number, and I can add you to my contacts because it's a stressful situation, but I fucking miss it. I'm also 3 glasses into a bottle of wine, so I'm fucking feeling it. And that being said, we have a lot of members on the show tonight, the whole cast, and let's find out what they got. T2RX6, what'd you get this week?
Not a damn thing.
That was short and sweet.
That's how
Robert
I do
D, what did you get this week? Whoa, wait. I feel like we need to get into that a little bit more. Is that how you do it? Short and sweet?
Not do that, but do the what I got this week.
Fair enough. Robert D, what did you get this week?
Well, it dates back to the NJCC. I got myself was like a legend. Justin sent me one generously. It was originally in those legend size quintessons that you kind of for no reason.
The little itty bitty ones. The knockoffs.
Are they knockoffs?
I think so, right? They're knockoffs of the Impossible Toys.
They kind of look like it. Yeah.
Well, the quintessons. I don't know if they're knockoffs though. They don't have light up features, and you got to put them together. I don't know. I don't have
they're simplified undersize.
Yeah.
Great. I got knockoffs. Call me fucking Matthew.
Dude, shout out to KO Rob. Let's make some noise for KO Rob, goddammit.
KO tidy whiteys. I gotta take issue with you, Mr. Box Wine.
What's the issue, buddy?
You know, you weren't complete last week when you talked about what you got at NJCC.
Oh, I didn't mention all the bullshit. It's hard to remember.
That's not bullshit. That's special.
Wait. What was it?
You don't even know?
I don't know what I missed because like some things.
Oh, Robert D's in here like a pissed off wife.
Some things there's a rhyme and reason for, you know.
Oh, come on, mute your system.
Right.
What, the Yoda keychain? Really?
The Yoda keychain. I definitely forgot.
You got a talking Yoda keychain.
I'll have you know, the Yoda keychain is getting the shit used out of it by one Selena Kyle.
Yay! Yeah. What about the dice? The dice game with the half loop.
Dude, the dice game is sitting in my office, and you know why it's sitting in my office? I literally can't find a kid that will take it.
What do you mean? Adam was supposed to fucking play it.
Yeah, he doesn't like. I haven't really seen Adam, but hold on one second. Look, I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you in the chat.
So Bobby got from an unnamed donor. Me. It's like the size of a coffee mug, and it's a closed top cup, and half of it is Darth Vader's face, and the other half is Luke Skywalker's face. And you take the top off, and inside it's a dice game. I don't know what the dice game is because it was sealed. So, and he's supposed to learn how to play it. And he also got an R2-D2 candy dispenser. And when you push the button to make the candy come out, it goes. Beep, 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 beep.
Yes, I got that as well.
How'd you forget all that shit, you monster?
I know, I'm a fucking animal. But look at this ugly ass shit that Robert D got me. I just sent it in the chat. I should make that the backdrop for this week.
That Burt Ward fucking Robin wasn't ugly.
It's sitting there awkwardly in my fucking office.
Staring.
Dude, that Luke is creeping on you, man.
Turn it around, make it a little fader.
Dude, nobody will take it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
They couldn't have been further from painting a set of eyes on that if they tried.
Dude, that shit looks like that knockoff fucking figure art.
Dude, Luke has seen some things, man.
Oh, I also got I got my wife a MacBook Pro. That counts.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wait, did we go into what Robert got this week? I thought we were still doing Bobby.
No, we were on Robert.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're hosting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got distracted with all the things that Bobby got.
All good.
God damn, that Luke looks like he fucking just did a fucking bag of heroin. Jesus Christ. Oh wait, no, I zoomed in on it. That was definitely a fucking 10 strip. Jesus Christ.
It looked like an interesting dice game, but you know, Bobby closed-minded face won't play it. That's okay. No, we got the candy. You know how old that candy probably is, and it's still sealed.
What the fuck are you talking about now?
The R2D2 candy.
I didn't even know there was candy in it.
Yeah, you push the button, and he spits out a candy ball.
I'm not eating the candy that came from NJCC. You got to relax.
It's sealed.
Man.
You push the button, and he goes, and a fucking candy ball comes out.
It smells like fucking hair gel.
Bobby won't play fucking Star Wars dice. He doesn't fucking own Connect 4. Like, dude, I'm starting to feel like...
Dude, I had this elaborate ass kit planned for that. I'm so fucking frustrated. Like, all I did was show my closet. I went up in my kids' shit. I went looking through my kids' shit, looking for that Connect 4. Couldn't find it for nothing.
Oh, hey, by the way, just real quick. I'm sorry, Robert. That plate's for the headmaster to stand on.
Oh, yeah. I heard that once or twice. Just once or twice.
I do like how you thought this purpose was to cover up, like, the one gimmick that the KFC headmasters
Well, you know what's funny? Because I think that gimmick is stupid as fuck. So I was like, man, in my mind, I was like, man, it would be really cool if they covered that shit up and added some extra weight to this thing instead.
I know, it was just funny because, like, people have been, since the first one came out, above all else, on the boards and the forums and what have you, have been praising the fact they've managed to integrate the engineering just to do that stupid gimmick along with everything else. And Bobby's like, oh, cover this shit up.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I wish they could cover this dumbass shit up. You know what I mean, guys?
It was funny. I laughed out loud.
And last but not least, I went on eBay and spent $500 on a Howling Meteor. Not Howling Meteor. Galaxy Meteor.
No, you didn't.
No, fuck them. No, you're right. No, I didn't.
Right. Let's save that for.
We'll get to that later.
That's a little appetizer.
Yeah, dude. Fandom, man. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll get there. Greg from Mercy, my friend, what did you get?
Well, I got a new disdain for the fandom. I got the SH Figure Arts, was it Homecoming, Spoodermans, and I got the Fans Toys Grinder head for $29.99, or however much it costs.
Oof.
$16.99 plus shipping. But,
hey, Greg, I don't mean to interrupt you, just only because you brought it up.
No, I don't care.
The comment shit, the stand that the little headmaster sits on.
Mm-hmm.
This dude just commented on the video. His name is Influence. Shout out to Influence. Very cool dude. He said, looking through the comments to see if anybody else has let me know. And then he said in the little asterisk, 40 people still let him know.
Does Influence now, is he any relation to the situation or the incident?
I don't know. But
or the substance?
I'll tell you one thing about Influence. He's got a sharp-ass beard.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You might want to go retro bowling with me sometime.
Did you cut your cheek, Bobby?
No. But he's got. I invited him to Skullfest last year, and he ended up not being able to make it last minute, I think, or something.
No, he must have heard my commentary on the old burger situation.
Also, got to give a shout out to Keith Ward, who just posted on one of my videos that from a long time ago of some customs I made, who says, "Just my opinion, you really suck at custom paint on Transformers. Looks like a 3-year-old did it."
More, goddammit.
I just responded, "Thanks for the feedback."
That's my opinion. You suck.
You know, in reality, he's probably just now old enough to have his own YouTube account, and he's fucking making up for lost time.
Dude, I'm getting all this hate recently that people think I'm on this Fans Toys payroll. Look, for anybody listening, let me be 100% clear. Yes. If Fans Toys wants to put me on their payroll, My email is missingheroes@gmail.com. I'm down to get on the payroll. But as of right now, I am not on the payroll. Jesus Christ.
Man, whatever. You do that shit for free.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like an old retired whore that just can't get away from the business.
Man, I'm like,
when it comes to Fans Toys, man.
I'm like, man, if I were you, I'd buy Allen instead of this. And people are like, Fans Toys. I'm like, relax. What if I was like, buy the G1? I don't know.
You know what's ironic? Half of them are saying Fans Toys, and the other half are saying Fans Toys. They're just saying it in a different way.
Fans Toys. All right. So I'm sorry, Greg. Continue. What else did you get this week?
Oh, that's all I got.
Oh, okay.
We got Bobby good, by the way, at NJCC.
You're right. Being interrupted while you're talking isn't fun. I get your point.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I know.
Did I get anything else? Hold on. Let me make sure I didn't. Oh, god damn! I am a fucking retard. You guys just sidetracked me. I got something fucking massive. I'm not looking at his fucking last name, so I'm gonna say it wrong because I always do. But Steven Sedalia. I always lose the I's and the L's. They're all like side by side, and they look alike, like white people. But he makes these wooden Teletran 1 displays.
Yeah, okay.
For your bookshelf. It definitely won't fit in a Detox. It's for your bookshelf. He's been making them for a while. And he like hand draws the details and shit on them. Like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool for a guy doing shit in his garage. But anyway, for whatever fucking reason, he's explained it to me, and I still don't understand. He made and shipped me one for free, and it's fucking massive. It's like over 2 feet long. It's big enough that I couldn't fit it in my car because I had a bunch of shit in my backseat. So I got that today.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. I'll post a picture. I had to leave it at work, but I'll post a picture of it tomorrow in the various groups. Well, actually, for you guys, it'll be 2 days ago. But yeah, it was a pretty nice gesture, even though I told him multiple times not to, because he gets like $250, $300 for them, or some crazy amount of fucking money. I was like, just fucking sell it. You don't have to send me one, but he sent me one. So it's my first diorama piece.
Nice.
I just hope it fits on my shelf because it's fucking huge.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Matthew Deluxe Baldwin, what'd you get this week?
I got the Last Night Voyager Megatron, and I got the Siege of Cybertron. It's the box set that's supposed to be BBTS exclusive, but for some reason they're showing up at Toys R Us now. So, but I got that set. It's the Tide Return stuff with the Tidal Wave and Pounce and other stuff and all that stuff. And that's it. That's all I got this week. I got something coming from Robert D. I'm excited to get, but I haven't got it yet. So that'll be next week. And what you get, Bobby B?
Oh, Matthew, thank you for asking, sir. I got the Zeta Toys Takeoff, and much like Greg from Mercy said, my man makes a very splendid arm. And I got the opportunity to take a look at the movie masterpiece Optimus Prime via Robert D. That's going back out to you tomorrow, sir, by the way.
Okay.
Everybody that sent me something recently, all that shit's going out tomorrow. Or yesterday, by the time you hear this.
Laura, go to the post office.
No, I'm relax. I'm and SH Figuarts Spider-Man. I'm not sure if I mentioned that last week. And that's it. That's it. So let's get into the show.
Oh,
wait a minute. You also got a fucking Thanos oven mitt.
Oh, I forgot to mention that as well. You're right. I forgot to mention that as well. I got the Loot Crate Thanos oven mitt that you can't use to actually get shit out of the oven. I got that as well. Because it'll set on fire and set your hand on fire.
But then you can sing like, "This glove is on fire."
I can sing that without the glove on fire.
Yeah, but it'll be funny.
She's on fire. What movie? Oh, wait, in the comments. Tell me what movie that is in the comments. She's on fire. All right. So let's get into notes.
Can I preface these notes just by saying this is a sad, sad day for Matthew Baldwin? And Bobby Skullface, actually.
Oh, just one little... No Hasbro news this week.
And no Statuesque news.
Wow.
Oh, no Hasbro? Damn.
Yeah, they must be saving some big stuff for HasCon.
No doubt.
They're reissuing MP Inferno.
You know, with HasCon so close to NJCC, or not NJCC, pardon me, NYCC, I wonder what they're going to do about that. You know?
They're going to shut that shit down is what they're going to do.
Maybe. So, Bumblebee movie, Bumblebee alt mode revealed. And it's a bug.
With a Target Master on top.
Well, that's actually... I don't know what the deal with that is. I think the actual car is the one that's off to the right. But I think that one's for, like, filming, like, driving shit or something because it's a camera rig. But if you look to the right, around the side of the building, there's the plane bug. Either way...
Hey, you see John Cena over there? Oh, wait, you can't see him.
I can't see him, yeah. I haven't watched the
How many jokes are going to be? Until we get to the movie, I wonder how many you can't see me jokes are we going to do.
I haven't watched a goddamn bit of professional wrestling, but goddamn, that's the one fucking thing I know outside of 316 and smell what The Rock's cooking. So.
Smells pretty good when he cooks.
Does it?
Yeah.
I heard it smells like bathroom chemicals.
The person I want to talk to about this is Mr. T2RX6.
Sure.
How does this make you feel? You're a big... What? You're a big alt mode guy. Talk to me.
Well, I think like the fact that I feel like this is the exact same thing as putting Optimus Prime as the cab over engine truck in for like 30 seconds in Age of Extinction. It's like, yeah, we did it, you know, like, but if it still looks like Bumblebee, like that's not what I want to see, you know. Like you got the right alt mode, but like it's still gonna end up just being like shards of metal and stuff. Like I just wish you didn't do it. So it's just my opinion there. And
is it like is it? Let me get to the bottom. So is this as much a turn off? Like would you say they're equal, the turn off to the truck of Optimus and this bug? Because I agree with you on the Optimus bit. That's a huge turn off for me as well, but it's nowhere near this. This feels at least in the ballpark for me.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it just bothers me. I can't really explain it too well. Just the fact that I just want if you're so gung ho on the movieverse, make it its own thing. You know, don't mess with what came before it. It's just I don't know, because it's not going to be what I want ultimately, and yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not
Zero.
At all.
Zero
nope.
out of 100.
0 out of 100.
Wow. Do you think that's a little extreme, Justin? Keep it real.
No.
Okay.
Can I defend the movieverse a little bit?
Sure.
I think that this is. I understand what Justin's saying, but at the same time, like I think making. I can forgive it a little bit more because it's not like they're selling a whole bunch of 80, 85, 86 Camaros these days. So I can understand them at least taking the opportunity to make it a car that was more relevant. Yeah, I'd say it was more relevant in the 80s, right? I mean, it was relevant enough they used it in the show. I mean, granted, that's from the 70s. Anyway, I take a little less offense to this than I do the Prime truck thing or any of those other little
Me too.
Easter eggs or nods or whatever the word is for them these days. Even though I did say Easter eggs the other day in a conversation to Bobby about Defenders, so I guess
that's true.
But have you watched that shit yet?
I have 1.5 episodes left.
Did you just say it sucked, Robert? Really?
No.
Do I need to fly to New York and come see your ass and eat some fancy steak?
Yes. But I'll tell you right now, my favorite scene in it is the little conversation about privilege and crime between Iron Fist and Luke Cage. That's my favorite scene so far.
Me too.
Yep.
I didn't see it.
All right.
Mine's them lists on Jessica Jones.
Dude.
Is that the only thing you're looking at?
I gotta be honest with you, man. Like, all right, permission for full disclosure.
Permission to derail Shattercast. Okay, granted.
Jessica Jones is an attractive girl. I get it. I'm on board. But can I tell you whose body is really killing it in that show?
Luke Cage.
Foggy.
No.
Dude, Sigourney Weaver?
Misty Knight.
Oh, you're gonna like what happens with Misty Knight.
Misty Knight is stacked like the International House of Pancakes.
Is that the blonde?
No, sir. That is the detective.
I know.
Her body is bodacious.
Well, there's been a defining characteristic of Misty Knight since character's deception, but
sure, but I feel like that's the defining character of all comic book females. You know what I mean? Like,
not Squirrel Girl.
Even Squirrel Girl's a little thick from time to time.
I know.
I love to squirrel my nuts away, if you know what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? All right.
You always get lucky with Squirrel Girl.
Stick a paper towel roll up my ass and put some squirrels in there.
I know.
Wait, that doesn't work the same way, does it?
I know Misty Knight is on that all natural look, but if she Beyonce'd that hair, I'd be in like Flynn.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna give her the. I have a feeling they might be giving her the fro.
Yeah, they got.
Well, you'll Talk to me later.
You'll see.
Perfect effect for River Prime.
Got that repaint money.
Got that repaint money.
This seems like a dumb
beautiful.
repaint.
Yeah,
I think it looks beautiful.
Is there precedence for this version?
KB exclusive.
Yeah, no, it's from it's a Machine Wars KB exclusive, an unreleased titanium toy, and some fucking 3H and Wings comic book reference. It's super fucking niche.
But it wasn't like in the TV show anywhere.
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's in like convention comics and shit.
But like, I mean, to be fair, Gorira, there's nothing really else you could repaint them into. I mean, you could maybe do a black one, like they always do with Prime. But I think this was a good choice for them because
they could make a Megatron out of it. That at least is canon in the main show. I mean, that's for Machine Wars, but at least it's canon. Because didn't Megatron get the primal, the whatever that you call it, the optimal Optimus body? I mean, that's from that final fight, right?
Yeah. So, but I mean, I think it's a good choice. I mean, like I said, it has a little niche for some people, but I think it looks beautiful, man. That red looks really stunning on him.
I don't know. I think they could take a little go fuck yourself.
Here we go. Here comes Negative Nancy in the back door.
Do we have Dust Mites on the show tonight again?
Gorira is
dude. Shout out to
Dust Mites.
Shout out to Dust Mites. Dust Mites, man. I want to do a show. Can we commit to this from Shattercast? Shattercast interview Dust Mites and just try
one thing he likes.
Wait, stop. Over the course of an hour, we'll give him an hour and a half, 90 minutes, to try to find something he likes.
I'll go for it.
That dude hates I was listening to something.
He likes a backwards baseball cap.
Yes.
He likes his hair too.
He likes a black Realm of Collectors T-shirt.
He likes wings.
He likes cargo
shorts. He loves some wings. He loves some wings.
He loves wings.
Yeah,
when I was riding up to NJCC, I was riding with Mikey Shoulders, and Shoulders was like, who's going to be there? And I started naming some people, and he was like, Pinkerton. Is he part of Realm of Collectors? And I said, yeah. And he said, Dust Mites part of Realm of Collectors, right? And I said, yeah. And he said, that dude Dust Mites fucks some wings up.
Yeah, he does, man. He will eat wings every day, I think, if he could.
We had a side chat. Me, him, and Lenny, and we were joking about starting a podcast called Realm of Wings Uncut, I think's what it was. And that shit fizzled out because Lenny and I just couldn't keep up. And he was the only one fucking posting shit. He's like, I mean, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, he eats wings like weed has names. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just having some Cinnamon Toast Crunch and some Southern Exposure and some fucking 24-hour Antarctic Sun and Aurora Borealis or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. I guess he's got some spot that just does crazy shit.
Yeah, he's got some stuff at Wingstop, man. Or not Wingstop, or Buffalo Wings. He got some stocks or some shit like that.
He'll hold the wing up to the light and be like, look at the crystals.
He was the first. He was the first person to shit talk Defenders I saw on Facebook. He didn't even watch it. He's like, I can't remember what he said. He's like, I don't know what's going to be more disappointing, Defenders or something else. And I was like, oh my god, here goes this motherfucker.
Yeah, man, dude, like I don't think Defenders is great, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd be disappointed if Dust liked it. Like I would be like, man, I don't even know you anymore. Defriend.
Yeah. No,
That's
I'm
good,
with
Dave.
you, man. That's
Good,
just-
Dave. Can't wait to see that guy too.
He's one of the greatest. He's been helping me a lot. He knows what I'm talking about. So, let's move on.
Returns?
GCreation's Fuuma.
I just don't understand.
Wait. Justin, I'm gonna get to you in a second.
Yeah, sure.
Matt, what's the blah 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 about? Because
that was from the dick sucking. No, that's from the dick sucking.
Okay.
My bad. Calm down there.
All right. Back to Justin. What don't you understand, sir?
Why they keep making things like that other people are doing or have already done. Like, I just don't understand with so many 6-shot options out there. Why you're like,
nobody's done this. Nobody's done this. This is a masterpiece scaled IDW 6-shot.
It doesn't look that different from any other 6-shot that's out there.
This is a masterpiece scaled Hexatron.
It doesn't exactly. It doesn't look that different. I agree with you. And it's $200, which might be the twisting of my arm to get out of the masterpiece scaled IDW sheet. I'm going to be honest. But
you got any problems with them masterpiece seekers?
But I think this looks amazing. I think this looks great. It's just I can't rock the $200 spot.
Yeah, this thing looks fucking badass. So how tall is it though? Because if it's masterpiece scaled 6-shot,
18 centimeters.
He's Overlord height.
Is that actually how tall it is? I don't speak Canadian.
I think it's close to that. I thought
Look
it was.
Look at the last photo. He's with Overlord.
Yeah.
He just got throwing stars though. That's cool.
Carnifex Overlord?
No, he can't be 7 inches tall. He's got to be taller than that.
That looks Carnifex.
No, I was talking about the centimeters. Give me a second. Let me open my.
He's really not that much bigger than Hexatron.
Hold on, there's another shot.
The wings are doing it for him back there.
The top of Hexatron's head comes to the bottom of this KO-atron's chest. I said it.
He's a big guy. I mean, he's a big fella. I like him. I don't have I have a Hexatron, but I don't have a masterpiece. I didn't get the DX9.
Wait, isn't that Hexatron? Isn't he literally in a picture with Hexatron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking for pictures.
The last one.
Yeah, he's a decent amount bigger.
He looks good with Carnifex.
Yeah. Were they the same size in the comic? I don't remember. I know they were the same class.
Yeah, I think they were the same size, but like I feel like Hexatron isn't that much. I feel like Hexatron scales well with this Overlord, so like that. Justin, I appreciate your comment a bit. A bit.
Boot.
Yeah, but don't ever. Whoa!
I also see that
that's still out.
They're doing the DX9 blue color, huh?
Well, like.
Are we gonna get on that? The blue? Are we gonna do that thing again? The blue thing?
Stylization-wise, it's still a good bit off from the DX9. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay. But you're saying
bad too, so.
Yeah, well, the DX9 originally had more of a blue. This is definitely more in the right color. Everything looks.
The hue is much closer.
So. Okay.
Well, I just got the hue money.
Yep, got the hue money.
I don't want to shit on this because I think it looks beautiful. I just can't spend $210 for this shit.
Why not? You bought Overlord. He was 200. Wasn't it close to?
No, he was 175. I could do 150, 175 for this guy. I can't do 210.
You count pennies now, Bobby?
Hey, in contrast to what they say about me on the internet, I'm not made of money.
I don't know about that. Have you seen that?
Have you seen that big house of yours?
That big ass house. Every week, you know what I should do? I should do my M&T statement. Like, let me see if I got one today.
Keep on adding rooms to that basement.
I only made $1,000 this week.
While he's looking that shit up, I just want to say Bobby sends his kids to public school and they don't get stabbed. So I'm just saying, Richie fucking rich.
That's true.
Over here.
That's
true. He keeps finding rooms down in the basement.
Let me say this: I lived in a neighborhood that I had to sacrifice a lot to get out of in order to send my kids to a good school. But I
thought it was because they tore it down after The Wire went off HBO.
my current M&T checking account statement, and this is as of Wednesday at 8:13 p.m. is $339.05.
And that MNT just sounds fucking elite.
Well,
you get an M and a T.
Well, they do own Raven Stadium. I'll have you know.
I just have an M. But hey, you got enough for him.
Let me ask this: is anybody in for this?
I don't know if I'm in for it, but I will say, and I'm echoing the statements of a couple other people that I discussed it with. I didn't give a flying fuck about this thing. This was not even on my radar until I saw the set of pictures, and then I was like, huh. This looks pretty cool.
It's beautiful.
So I don't know if I'm in on this just for my particular aesthetic sensibilities, right. And I'm even going a little more confined, I think, in the way I'm gonna buy. I don't know if I would buy it, but man, I'd love to fucking play with somebody else's.
Yeah, man. Look, this thing, like,
over some shrimp.
Like, don't get me wrong. The Prime going from robot to truck makes me nervous about transforming this thing into 6 modes. That being said, I think this looks spectacular. I just don't know if I'm willing to commit to a masterpiece style collection of IDW inspired shit when they're going to cost $200 a pop at this point in my life.
That's what I said. That's why I didn't even fucking fuck with the Prime. I didn't fuck with either of the Primes because as much as I want it, that was my excuse with MMC. It was like, man, I don't want to collect Chug just for IDW. And then they were like, GCreations and Generation Toys is like, oh, MP scaled IDW. And I'm like, oh, I need a new excuse. I can't justify the price.
Yeah. Hey, you could wait a year for it and it'd be at Ollie's for like $49.99.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, Rick M.
All right, so should we continue on? Are we done? Anybody got anything else?
I could see this going on sale, though. I mean, a lot of people... I mean, I could see this going on like a TF Source Christmas special or something.
Yeah, and I might pick it up because it looks beautiful. Robert, I haven't heard you talk too much about this.
He's with his kids.
He's on mute, and he doesn't realize he's on mute. Bobby, what's the sweet spot for the price on this for you?
$135.
For me, the sweet spot is 150.
Mm-hmm.
150, I'm in. 125, I'm pre-order.
Oh yeah, 125. Yeah, I would definitely pre-order at 125. I think the sweet spot would be 135 for me.
Ooh, I like it, Matt. Find your happy medium.
It does look beautiful though, but yeah.
Robert, I hope all is well. Let's continue on. DX9 Thorner and Rager.
Thorner.
Like,
that's a cool name.
I mean, like, I think this is a decent set. You know, I'm looking for, and now I'm going to let go, but I'm looking for the guy that has the Legends collection. That guy that's like, look, man, I've been working on this Legends collection like you motherfuckers have been working on your Masterpiece collections for 3 years, and let me show you what I got.
Isn't that Robert?
But I think he's on mute. Justin, goddammit.
But I want to see that picture because I think that the Legends collection is a decent route to go, especially with the larger combiners and then the city bots and such. I just don't like, even though I know people that buy Legends from time to time, I don't know anybody with that Legends collection like that's really.
Well, I'll show you mine.
I'll get you one. Hey, I got to step away from the keyboard real quick. Sorry, we have an emergency.
I'll show you my Legends collection, dude. I got Legends out the ass, man.
Yeah, but you got them all over the place, mixed with everything else. It's just like a collection of things.
Your collection of things. Just like your damn basement, just collecting rooms and shit. You keep finding fucking new rooms left and right. Oh shit, I didn't know we had this. We got storage over here. There's a movie room over here. I think these are. They look good. I haven't got them yet. I know you've taken a look at them, haven't you, Bobby?
Yep.
A couple of them.
Not these obviously.
Yeah, not the two. No. Yeah. They look good. I don't know. And you want to say a Legend set? Now, does Robert have all his together? Like a... Be cool if he answered, but you know.
He's got them all so far because that's the ones I've been looking at.
Okay. These look good. They look good together. That's a good. You know, the yellow is kind of cartoonish.
That's the key, man. It's not the gold. It's that little tune tickle, as Dust would say, bringing it back up.
Yeah. They look good. I may have to pick these up. That's something I would probably pick up at TFCon. Just to, walking around, just looking at something, just grab them because they'll be so small. You can fit them in your butt.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I like these. I think they look real good.
Yeah, they look good. I wish Robert was on this show.
Yeah,
Robert D on this motherfucking show. God damn it.
I feel like this is right up his aisle, and
He's
here
on
he is
Stasis
being
Lock.
silent.
Let's make some noise for Robert being absent. Goddamn.
He's on Stasis Lock right now, chilling on Stasis Lock.
Dude, if he was, that'd be great.
It would be. Oh, God, these are God. I want to get these. Yeah, I want to get these. Fuck.
The Grimlock especially, man. There is something about like that yellow that looks great.
Yeah, it kind of pops. It's not. It's not like a masterpiece. It's just like a.
Right, it's just like a little fun little unit, you know, like a little.
I don't know why you're not into Legends, dude. I really don't get it. I mean,
because I got
fun.
It's the same reason why I'm not willing to commit to that full MP scale IDW shit. Like I love it. I gotta choose a road and stick to it.
Right.
The only thing that kind of stands out a little to me here is you got a lot of the like silver going on for the robots, and I find there's some odd choices. Like Grimlock's head is just like plastic and not painted silver, and his legs are not painted silver, and then like all of Snarl, Snarl, he's all like plastic too, like he's not painted either. So like when you look at the set of them in Dino mode, they do look a little off to me. I don't know.
Could be the lighting too.
Oh, you mean the inconsistency in color? Wow.
Yeah, because
I hear you.
You don't have that silver, but I mean, on the same hand, like I guess it's possible that this is unpainted at this point, so maybe final results will vary. I don't know, but that's the only thing that stands out to me is at least a little bit weird.
Yeah, dude. You know what? You keep saying you're close to getting finished with Marvel Legends, Bobby. You might could venture into the Legend game. Just saying.
I mean, dude, I could see myself getting these 5, but for my office or something, like a little side little thing, because I love the Dinobots so much. But they do the Stunticons I'm in. If that means anything.
I bet they will, since Iron Factor's doing Bruticus.
Right.
I bet they venture into.
I'm in for whatever. I'm in for all that shit. I'm in for War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, IDW, whatever they want to do. I'm in.
Sorry, I'm back. By the way, sorry.
You have any thoughts on Greg? These
I don't care about Legends anymore, man. Echoing something that you said. Well, you said it in your video, and I'd said it before. I kind of like the yellow on them.
Yeah.
I'm out of breath. I ran back upstairs because I didn't want to miss. Any of this riveting third-party talk.
Sure.
But and I'm fat, so.
Sure.
I like the yellow over the chrome. It's a nice option. I mean, it's a nice way of doing it. I don't know how good it would look on a Masterpiece figure, but
right,
it's cool, and that's all I really have to say about these. They look cool, and I'm happy for Robert and whoever else gets them. But
I'll get them.
I personally, Matt now, he's a converter to the Church of Satan. But me personally, I just don't.
Damn.
I just don't have room for him. I mean, I guess if I had like more space.
Yeah.
And like a Warhammer table I never used, I could like set up a fucking big ass. I mean, I don't mean that. I'm saying that for 2 reasons. A, because you do, and B, there's probably a bunch of other people in your same situation that have one as well. Or a card table or something that was like a permanent fixture that wasn't used much. I could see that being like a really cool way of like setting something up, But
you could set your Legends up on that fucking thing, man. The Warhammer stuff. You could put the battle bots in.
Giant battle. Get fucking.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Hopefully they do something better than that Hulky, but whatever that Devastator, like a cool Legends, fucking do the Battle of Autobot City. Oh, dude. And there's so many Legends options. If you wanted to buy them all, you could do different shit.
Yeah. I agree.
New project for you, bub.
I agree.
Get more out of it than
Warhammer.
Can't think of anything. Yeah. I didn't want to reuse Warhammer. I couldn't think of any. I don't know a lot about Warhammer other than this fucking
my
expensive
Warhammer
shit.
table is strictly a display piece.
Yeah.
It's like look what I donated some of my late teenage and early 20s life to.
Yeah. You donated that shit to Goodwill.
Hey Robert, have you decided to come back on this fucking show yet?
Dude, Robert's probably fucking strangling his kids right now, so.
No, he's on Stasis Lock.
So, Unique Toys Peru Kill Alt Mode.
What the fuck is this shit?
It's that lockdown you like so much.
Is it?
Looks like you got finished on that puppy.
Yeah, they could finish on those wheels. So I don't know exactly what these pictures.
I don't like those wheels, man.
I added this early on in the notes because I wasn't sure. Yeah, it looks like those fucking wheels are still unpainted. So maybe they're testing out the waters on the paint color.
Why do they call it Peru Kill? I don't know. Fucking toys, man. The cardboard looks good. I just don't like the wheels. I don't like the wheels.
Pretty. Those look like some really intricate rubber tires, though.
Fuck. Let me talk to my alt mode guy. What do you think about this?
I like it. No, I think it looks good. So it's definitely a good Lambo there.
Pre-ordered then?
No.
No.
The alt mode's not enough to get me in on this guy, but they did a good job, and it looks better than the deluxe that it is.
Why don't you just call it Jazz, and then you can get it?
Yeah, not gonna happen. So.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing if I'm gonna
talk to him.
I'm gonna nitpick it a little, and it's probably because of how it transforms. Like I don't like the little gap on the front of the hood there, where it's like you see the two pieces that.
All right. That's minor.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go in.
And I'm sure it's probably because of how it transforms. Like I said. So.
What do you got against gaps, man?
What?
What do you got against gaps?
I don't like them.
They didn't honor his coupon one time at this store.
Exactly.
Would you get that extra medium?
Yeah.
That little tight shirt on Justin.
That old pizza spot, Papa John's, wouldn't honor my coupon because they said I quote unquote didn't really have one.
Hey, a question: have we seen this before? Like, I feel like this is the first time I knew
we saw
Unique
the
Toys.
Mode.
Yeah,
okay.
We've seen
I totally forgot Unique Toys was actually venturing into the movieverse.
Yeah, because it has the little dog thing, and we were speculating is the dog going to be part of the alt mode because it's a really clean bot mode. Don't worry, I think most of us have forgotten about the movie masterpiece stuff.
It's just weird that like there seems to be so many people now diving into, this movieverse stuff. So I mean,
I think
all companies
going for lockdown because we didn't really get a proper. We got a deluxe lockdown. That was it. We didn't really get a proper, Voyager or something, later class lockdown that we should have.
Also, like most of the people that are getting into doing this are knockoff companies. Pretty much all that shit we've seen in the past that we didn't know what it was has been like a knockoff with a better paint job or something like that. Somebody even said a lot of the Alien Attack stuff, which I guess is another KFC company, is basically knockoffs, but I don't know. I haven't really been following it. So I think it might be a lazy market that I think it might be a lazy way to tap into a different market. I think this is the only like legit, like thought out it appears to be.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wish this fucking dog would decide if she wants to be in or out of the room.
I think it's fair to say that the market is lazy.
Oh, look who decided to join the fucking show!
Yeah, he's been trying to say that shit for 30 minutes, but he's been on mute.
Yeah, he's been trying to talk.
What's your big bad toy store thoughts on this, Robert D?
This fucking Unique Toys Peru Kill?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean, Peru Kill?
That's what I asked.
I haven't put that shit through Google Translate from English to try to figure out how the fuck they came up with that shit, and I can't. I got nothing.
And real quick, Robert, since you've been going, what do you think about these DX9 Dinobots as well?
Oh, I love them. Mm-hmm. Of course, I love them, and they're fucking already getting knocked off, man.
See?
Yes, Sludge already got knocked off.
It's that mecha fancy
Greg,
or whatever.
I thought that's gonna hurt me anything. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
That's the one thing I wish I brought up. I'm getting a lot of flack on that knockoff video in the last couple of weeks over not talking about price a whole lot. But to me, price just isn't. This sounds very elitist, and I don't mean it as such. But like, as Greg and I have said in the past, it's not a matter of price; it's whether or not it's worth it. And if it's worth it, then it's worth the price. But I say that to say this. I don't know if forgot.
I don't know if So,
dude, you're having some fucking me moments there. You're so drunk, you forget your shit. But usually, I don't hit that shit until like the questions. I forgot to do the questions. I forgot to add questions this week. Sorry.
I'll get it. Well, look, let me just say, like what you're talking about, Bobby, right? Like
I'm sorry. Wait, the one thing I forgot to bring up, it was not the price, but was what Greg brought up, was that if you buy a knockoff of maybe company A and you don't think it affects company B, what you're not realizing is that the same company producing the knockoff for company A may very well be profiting from the knockoff of company B. That's the one thing that I wish I had mentioned in my video that I didn't, that Greg brought up on Shattercast. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, the sludge.
Yeah.
I forget how much these DX9 Legends are, like 29 or 30?
39, I think. 39.
$39.99.
Look, you're going to spend $40 on a really great Legends Dinobot. Then how much is the knockoff? $20? Like, that's really that much of a price fucking difference for you? You're just being a cheap fuck. That's all that you're being. If you can afford to waste $20 on a toy, you can spend $40. It's not $200. You're just a cheap piece of shit.
But they have kids and bills, man. They got all that stuff, man, that everybody else has.
You're just a cheap piece of shit, and you don't give a fuck. You're a parasite.
Those knockoffs that you're talking about, the Mecha Fans toys, those are upsized, so they don't count. They're fourth party.
Yeah, no.
Fucker.
Man, I don't know if this sludge is upsized, and they're not really upsized much. They're just kind of just a little bigger.
Excuses on all fronts.
But it's bullshit to just be like, oh look, this line hasn't even finished producing these figures and they're already being KO'd, and people are just shamelessly like, Dame Chalk is like promoting this stuff, and obviously he didn't fucking respond to me. I'm like, why are you fucking promoting this stuff, man? Don't you care about, the figures coming out? What are you gonna post pictures of in a year? Fucking sandwiches?
Oh, that's something I want to address too when you're done.
You should post pictures of sandwiches.
What, are you gonna post pictures of the lunch you're eating? You're gonna be one of those guys on Facebook? You're gonna go back to your old fucking hobby? Is that it? Like, you're just supporting. I don't know. It's just like, this is so parasitic. It makes me sick. And I'm glad to see that they're still putting this stuff out. Like, it almost makes me worried that they'd just be like, oh well, fuck, we're being undercut. Because I think the people that would be interested in this stuff haven't all made their purchases,
So two things. What you just said about Dame Chalk posting the KO pictures, you sound exactly like the people talking about Dame Chalk posting the third-party pictures 5 years ago. The exact same thing was said. Same argument. I get it. I think we're all in agreement on it. But the people that have, like, this uptick in people fucking attacking posts about knockoffs and shit, like, it's starting to get, like, it's starting to detract from the message, I think. Yeah, I think knockoffs is the new scalper. Like, it's just like
somebody has to graph about something.
Okay, here's an analogy. So the people that are like, the reason Trump won is all the leftists. And I'm starting to think it's like kind of the same fucking thing, because the people, you're challenging the people that are buying knockoffs and like talking shit to them. It's not really, it's not curbing the behavior. In fact, I think it's kind of making them more defiant in their actions.
Well, you know what? Also, though, it's not just people that collect knockoffs. That stuff, like, it's so new, it exposes people who didn't even know this stuff existed, and they think that's a first run.
Does it though?
Yeah, I've seen those comments. Like, what is this figure? Oh my God, is that MP? No, that's Legends. Like, you hear this, I see those conversations go on, and then JC or somebody be like, that's a KO, you're going to get dick cancer.
Let them know. Let them know, JC.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Dick cancer.
It's funny.
Catfish.
I made jokes. That's actually pretty funny, because I made some jokes. I twisted some facts, like I gave some alternative facts that fit within the realm of the articles in a troll post, like a couple of post trolling, like someone talking about KOs. Because when people are like, KO's better, like, okay, that's one thing. Like, KOs aren't better, typically.
How would he know? How would that person even know? That's all they collect.
Anyway, so I posted these fucking articles I grabbed off the internet about like these things where people found like knockoff sunglasses and purses sold in New York or funneling funds to ISIS or Al Qaeda at the time and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, that's what happens when you buy knockoff toys. And like, I twisted the facts enough to where like I could misrepresent the articles, and I see people sharing these same articles and same words I used, but not in a funny or joking or any other kind of manner, like it was fact. And man, that shit You fucking guys, internet fucking soldiers, man. You
just
keep
like
on
a Russian
keeping on.
hacker.
Dude,
Internet soldiers. We haven't done that shit in a while.
Mount up.
Anyway.
Internet soldier.
I think.
At the end of the day, okay. At the
Neckbearded
end of the day,
basement nerds.
end of the day, if you are happy with what you purchased, whatever anybody else says on the internet or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you're happy, you're happy. I mean, most of us don't like knockoffs, but if you are happy with knockoffs, enjoy them, man. I mean, that's all you gotta say. All right.
Listen to Matt, the convert Baldwin, over here.
No, I'm just saying, there's so much arguments and fighting on the internet, and it's a lot of people just do it just to do it. But if you are happy with what you have and what your collection is, then you win. Don't listen.
That's the thing with me, man. I don't want to fight. Like, I want to have healthy discourse. If you want to get angry with me, I would prefer you get angry with me in real life. That being said, I think that because, like, that's the thing is, like, people don't have that same energy. That's what pisses me off. Like, there's a lot of people that seem to have this energy, like this real negative energy, but I don't ever see that negative energy. And that's frustrating to me because, like, I would imagine when I'm at TFCon that there is some of that negative energy, but you are not making yourself known then, but you would love to make yourself known now on the goddamn internet. Like, that's what pisses me off. I'm willing to discuss knockoffs. We can talk about it, like, just in terms of having a conversation. Like, I'm willing to have a conversation. Like, I don't judge you for buying knockoffs. This is my opinion on knockoffs. If you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. But when it comes to the shit talking, just have that same energy. But they don't have that same energy. They don't even want to talk about it. Not in person.
They look shyly at their friend and they point at you. They go, "That's Bobby Skullface."
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
That's that Bobby Skullface. You talk to him. No, you talk to him.
It's just like just like getting liquid courage. When you're drinking, you get more when you're behind the internet. Behind the screen, you're just. I'm just saying. Anyway, just be happy. I mean, just if you're happy, you win.
I hate getting derailed back into the whole KO argument, but
my thing with that is, like, at the very beginning of that goddamn video, I say, look, I don't give a fuck what you buy. This is my opinion about
They didn't listen to that shit. They didn't listen to you, Bob.
The impact of the shit.
Well, I mean, no one really gives a fuck what you say, so I mean, you can't.
Because you're behind a mask.
I
just think fucking coward mask face.
I think the Legend scale stuff is there's innovation going on with DX9, with Iron Factory, even Unique Toys. No one's knocking that off, Bobby. So let's see if your opinion really is on the pulse.
Relax.
But it just bothers me that, like, what if who knows what DX9 would have done, but they're not gonna bother next time because they figure that fucking Mech Fans Fuckface Toys is gonna just steal it right away. That's what bothers me. I don't give a fuck what you collect, but if it affects my ability to collect, well then fuck you.
You mean like Fuckface Wei Zhang? Or Fuckface Fans Toys knocking on fucking Jerry the TF Source Dinosaur? I forgot that part. I forgot I was going to say that. Knocking off TF Source Jerry Dinosaur with their original grinder head. Jesus Christ.
That's all. That's what bothers me. It's just, I don't give a shit what someone does, but if it affects me and it affects my enjoyment, then I'm like, hey, fuck off, man. It's not like, buy a $600 original Feral Rex or a $50 tall hollow piece of shit with fingers that don't move. Good for you. But, it's like $20 versus $30. You're an idiot. You're an asshole.
Now,
you're just a cheap bastard.
Now, an argument that I a counter argument. Oh, I knew I could find a way to bring Star Wars into this show.
Yes.
And derail it. That knockoff SH Figuarts Jedi Luke.
Dude, them eyes
are going. Yeah, well, some are better than others. Blah 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 blah. But I know. But when people were ordering them before they had them in hand, if you were, you buying a fucking knockoff? Where you buying a fucking knockoff? It's not like they're buying, and it's the same crowd of people doing it. I've noticed, not everyone, but some. But the difference is people aren't saying like that. Well, how much was that Luke when it came out? $40, $45, $50,
like
like normal prices,
like 50 to 65.
How much is that motherfucker right now?
Probably like 100, 120.
100, yeah. So it's more than double.
Yep.
And it's you can't find retail ones anymore, and there's no sign of a reissue, right? So it's not the same argument of people saying I'll wait for the knockoff, as in like people didn't want to buy that motherfucker. People want to buy that motherfucker because how early was that in the line? I don't know because I got into it later.
I mean, it was probably like right in the middle.
Okay, but it was before like it really took off, like popularity wise. Would you say or no?
I would say it's right on the cusp of it taking off.
You just cuss again this week, man. That's awesome.
Where did it come up with? Let me ask you this: how about movie popularity? Like, what movie did it come out around? Force Awakens?
Before Force Awakens.
Before. So now that people have Star Wars in the brain again, and people are getting into Star Wars shit, which I am. I mean, I'm collecting Star Wars toys now because I have Star Wars on the brain, and I fucked up and bought a Darth Vader. But I've always loved Star Wars. But now you get these new fans, and they're getting into it, just like with the Transformers movies. So it's not like they were like, I'm going to buy the knockoff, I'm not going to buy the original. They can't get the original for the prices. So that's one of those things where it's like that $20 price tag versus $120.
Well, I want to say
probably kind of attractive to them.
I agree with you in that is probably attractive to them. But I want to give a shout out to a reviewer out there. I've never met him. I respect his approach.
Thank you.
Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. And after I've got Matthew Deluxe Baldwin out of the way, this guy D Amazing.
No, I've watched some of the guy's videos.
Yeah, he does some good stuff. He doesn't do Transformer stuff.
No, I watch him for other stuff though.
Yep. And he's a good reviewer. And he put up this picture of the Luke. And I'm trying to find it on Instagram so I can quote it directly, but I don't know if it was on Instagram or not. But what he said was, it was a picture of the face, the knockoff Luke, and he was like, "Look, this is the fucking problem, is that you get shit like this. If you miss the jump off, here's your thing: bite the fucking bullet, admit you fucked up, and pay the extra money for the real shit and get the quality product, or say, fuck it, this isn't that important to me, but I won't make this mistake again, and buy the regular releases from then on out. But don't buy the bullshit to support the fact that you fucking missed out." Like,
I hear him.
You know, and I'm with him on that. Like, dude, I've paid over retail for shit because I've missed out, and I wasn't on the rise of the bell curve.
Like that Galaxy Meteor you reviewed?
Yeah, like the Galaxy Meteor I reviewed. But you know, plenty of like the Darth Maul. I spent $110 on that Darth Maul. You know? Speaking of Darth Maul, did you realize the guy that's playing the Tick right now was the voice of Darth Maul? Nope. In the Phantom Menace, yeah. But his voice is awesome. Shit. Yeah. Well, he's gonna be the Tick on Amazon. Shout out to the sexiest man voice of all time. God damn it. Shout out to fucking Amazon. That too. All right. Anyway. Let's continue. Just real quick. One thing about that. There is the supporting bullshit, but here's one thing just about that particular choice. People will like to keep showing pictures. Well, I guess they're showing pictures of both, but I've seen more pictures of windswept barge Luke head, which I personally never used. Right. And that seems to be the worst of the two. That's the fucking Caitlyn Jenner looking one. Or no, actually, I take that back. It looks more like the Bruce Jenner incarnation of that mold. But like the other head, like a lot of the ones I've seen still look better than the Black Series, and that Black Series is going for like $60. Right. So and dude, I gave $120 for the figure art, $60 for the $20 Black Series that looks kind of shitty, or do you buy the? I'm not going to touch it for $20. Just spend $120. Bite the bullet. Like I shout out to Mr. Books. He knows who he is. I gave him I gave him my Black Series Luke. Like, he's hooked me up with a number of things, and I was just like, "Look, man, you want this? You can have it." Did you give him the optional chess piece though?
Why don't you give me that?
That would have been a real troll move.
Give me that Make Toys for the Starscream. I'll bet you give me that. What about that?
We gotta talk about that after the show.
Yeah.
I am kind of a Starscream fan.
Hey,
Honor, Matt.
Oh, that is a good point. Anyway, Bobby. The last thing I want to say about it all is that I was with Mikey Shoulders and JCC. I'm not sure if I brought this up last week, but I was talking about it.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Asking if he wanted to go to TFCon.
Is he gonna go?
And he was like, "Sure, I'd love to go." And I was like, "Cool." So he might be going.
Oh, we had a
Bobby's fucking circle of friends is like a goddamn Dick Tracy Wikipedia.
Mike, that's true. That's
true. Mikey's shoulders fit right in.
Yeah,
we're all circling around Bobby, just making fun of him.
Jesus Christ, Bob, Mikey's shoulders, influence, knockoff face.
Hey, you know what it's gonna be like? It's gonna be like the Warriors. You're gonna have RLC on one side. You're gonna have the Bobby crew on the one side, and you have RLC over on those sides. It's gonna be like the Warriors.
But look, I said, I was like, look, I was telling him about all this bullshit I was catching recently, and he was like, yeah. And then I was like, hey man, do you want to go to TFCon? Matter of fact, it's in DC, and he was like, yeah, and he was like, and then like he sat there, we both sat there quiet for a minute, and then Shoulders was like, hey man, as a heads up, I can't just be smacking people in the face for no reason anymore.
Yes, he can.
And I was like, no, I understand, but if you want to come with that same energy, just be prepared.
Shit, Bobby. Yeah. Look at the G3. Hold on.
Oh boy.
I checked it. I googled it. Hold on. I'm not wrong. Hold on.
All right. There's influence.
Literally a Dick Tracy villain.
Dude, can I be honest with you? He was my favorite Dick Tracy villain from that movie.
I don't really remember what he did. I keep meaning to rewatch that shit.
He didn't say a word. He was just quiet and carried a fucking Thompson submachine gun.
Yeah.
So let's move on to MasterMade Palm Warriors.
Do we have to?
Mine are coming.
Did you get these?
Yeah.
Don't you got half of them?
No, the only one that's duplicated is Megatron, which is annoying. They didn't need to do Megatron again. You know, but I guess if you don't have, Trypticon, you get a Megatron. I can't imagine anybody who's in on this has the Trypticon, I would assume. So they're going to get 2 Megatrons, which is kind of stupid.
Man, shout out to William Fong. He picked up a MasterMade Trypticon this past weekend, and that
the broke arm, yeah.
Dude, that shit made my fucking soul hurt. Like that was like fucking hate crime. Like I was expecting fucking the president to make a statement.
They glued the shit out of it, didn't they?
Yeah, he posts a picture of it in the package, and he's like, "Oh, if the arm's broken, I can get a part for it." And then he flips it around, and it looks like fucking Michael J. Fox took a fucking tube of super glue and tried to glue that shit back on. Like seriously,
it was terrible.
That entire region around where the arm is looks like fucking Hurricane Katrina on a weather map, but made out of super glue. Like it's fucking terrible.
Looks like somebody cummed all over it.
Yeah, he's like, I'll be only paying $20 for this, and I'm like,
is it sold out? It's not sold out.
No, but he got it for $30 though.
Can't pass up a bargain, I guess.
I do want this Starscream though.
You get what you pay for. He was like, I'll just gamble. It's $30. Yeah, you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
No.
Hey, do you get what you pay for?
You get what you pay for.
I think you get what you pay for.
Do you get what you want though?
Tell me what you want.
You get what you need.
Yeah, okay.
Tell you what I want.
The Starscream that you want, but the Starscream that you deserve.
And how come you get 3 cone heads but 1 seeker? That don't make any sense.
I don't know, but why are they whooping the shit out of Starscream for?
Hey.
Really? Come on.
Every pimp's got to have his bitches, Robert.
That doesn't make any sense to me, man. Why you fucking start? I don't know.
Do you get that train, little piece of train or something with it?
I don't know.
Oh no, you ordered it. You don't know what you get with it?
No.
Oh.
So let's just move on.
I don't even know how much it costs.
And we'll move on to the BB7. Let me read the note. BB7 upgrade set for MP10.
Oh, this is they did the funny thing is they did this after they did the same upgrade for MPP10. They hit MPP10 first.
Yeah, this is the knockoff. Well, yeah, because they're catering to the knockoff crowd. Yeah, this is the knockoff of all the God damn, I just blanked out. Who's the company that the company they do these things? They did the Ratchet and the Ironhide, Shadowfisher. It's a knockoff of the Shadowfisher set, but without the arms, which is like one of the major parts of the kit. But anyway,
Yeah, this does nothing for me. Let me get some words from Justin. Justin, what do you think about this? Worth it?
Yeah.
T2 words.
You know what? I pulled a Robert. I was muted. No wonder nobody had heard my points on the previous parts.
What were your points there?
Well, no, I started with saying I wanted to know what Robert thought of those things, and then he jumped right in anyway. So it was almost like he was psychic to me. But no, I think the fact that they're, I didn't know that these were knockoffs of the Shadow Fisher stuff, and that just come on, I don't know. So I just don't have any respect for that type of thing, especially because I don't think the Shadow Fisher company is a huge company by any means, right? So
wait, these aren't knockoffs of anything.
Didn't you Greg just said that
no, BB7 did an upgrade kit for MPP10.
Yes.
It came with 2 light-up guns. The not an axe, came with a light-up matrix, light-up head, fully posable hands. And this is just like a downsize of that with a little change.
What the fuck do you think the MPP10 set was a knockoff of?
Yeah, isn't that what you just said, Greg?
Jesus Christ! Yeah, the only
Justin is not amused. He is
they
not
swapped
amused.
out their gun for the arm things, but the light up matrix, the light up head, the shoulder stacks, the hands are a knockoff of the
KFC.
what is it?
KFC.
No, not KFC, not KFC. There was the other company. Shit.
KFC.
I don't usually buy this kind of shit, so I don't. I'm not up on the.
I'm not like those other guys.
Well, and that's the thing is come on, how hard is it to make your own hands and your own matrix? It's not like it's some super, difficult piece to come up with. And to just steal it like that, I don't know. I wouldn't go pick up a BB7 or BB8 or BB whatever number we are, anything at this point, just because I don't support that stuff. That's terrible.
Oh, good thing I already got my Seekers.
It's a UB40. Got some red wine.
Damn, you've reused that shit twice in the last 5 days.
Nicely done, Matt.
Nicely done.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not buying this shit. Come on now.
All right, so let's move on to Repro-Label news, JK. Discussion. The Make Toys drama.
What Make Toys drama?
No, read my hashtag. Read my hashtag. There's a reason for
#
it.
Hashtag adorable.
Make Toys make drama.
Since we're all about hashtags regarding the subject lately.
Yeah, so Make Toys this week announced that they were canceling the release of the Galaxy Meteor due to low pre-order sales. And now we're having a response to that. So let's take into account everything that's happened as of late. So review copies were sent out. I got one. PR got one. I don't know who else got one. They released a production run at TF Nation. So a production run was done. And then we get the cancellation. What are our thoughts on this? And then there's a TFW thread.
Thread.
What did you say?
You went thread.
I'm smack shit out of you, man. Look. I heard in the TFW thread. I haven't been on TFW to check but I heard from a reliable source that Chosen Prime entered in their 2 cents. They were threatening to cancel other pre-orders with the company in order to make this company follow through with their pre.
Looks like a hero, huh?
It's very heroic. What do we think about this shit? This is a publicity stunt? Do we think it's real? Do we think it's going to be released, et cetera, et cetera?
I want to weigh in. I want to weigh in at length. I have to go pee really bad. I thought we had one more show note that I would have the chance to mute for, so let me go do that. But just real quick on that hero shit, I think the fucking I think the photographers that take all these pictures and make toys that were fucking starting this campaign, I think there's a lot of fucking sketchy fucking bullshit going on right now. But let me go use the restroom. The
a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Since Bobby likes the potty.
Smoke and mirrors, man.
Wash your hands.
Okay,
Bobby, it's 2017. It's a vape and mirrors.
Vape and selfies.
Before Greg comes back, before Greg urinates his pants and comes back, let me just throw in my 2 cents because you guys are all going to jump in. But okay, I think if they did a production run for TF Nation, I can't imagine they just made a significantly limited run. That's nonsense, especially if they know there are pre-orders. Whatever the pre-order amounts are, they know there are paid pre-orders or pre-orders that will be billed immediately upon, them sending the figures out. They don't make those. Nope. They only make an uncertain number to sell at tables at TF Nation. And no more are made. First of all, I would assume that the more units you make, the cheaper it is to make them. So that makes no business sense. But maybe they realized, because first of all, maybe the fact that it's such a great figure, they're getting greedy, and they realize if we can pull out of all these pre-order deals,
so to speak.
And I honestly think it's bullshit. I think they have a big run they made, and this is a farce, so that they can have some type of premise to cancel pre-orders, and then say, okay, now we're going to make it. And now you can either order, we'll have a fundraiser or something, right? A Kickstarter, get everybody to pay them directly and they ship it out, right? Or maybe there's some retailer who gets the exclusive deal. But the point is, they're going to make more money doing whatever it is they're doing. I think they did it just to cut everybody out. They saw an opportunity to make more money.
Talk to them.
I think it's dishonest. And it just really, I don't want the figure if that's what they do.
Yeah.
Matthew. I'm sorry, Justin.
I was just going to say, I think I agree with you on that one. I feel like they definitely wouldn't have made just like, we made 15 for the show, or, 30 or 50, whatever. Like, that's just not how it works.
That's not a production run, exactly.
Yeah, and I think it's honestly, it's like, this thing's coming off so popular and so well done. Like, maybe the pre-orders were low, but, like, now we're going to go ahead and say, like, well, we did such limited runs because you guys wanted it, so, here you go. We can put it out at, an extra however many dollars. And, I think Greg posted someone saying, like, yeah, if you have any review samples or whatever left, like, I'll pay a premium on it. Like I don't think that is, I think it's a very calculated thing they're doing, and I don't agree with it at all.
Publicity is bad publicity, right?
Exactly, so... Yeah, I don't know. It turns me off from the company, and it's a
very strange move.
They haven't helped their case with me. That's all I'm saying. So.
There's a lot of sneaky shit going on in the business right now. Matthew, what are your thoughts?
Well, it upset me because they knew that I like Starscream.
It's personal.
Yeah, it's personal. I mean, it sucks that it is a Starscream because it makes you turn off from the company. This is bullshit practice. You knew. I mean, you sent it out. Everybody knew. Now, if they wouldn't have sent it out to the the TF Nation thing, that might be a little different. Then you might could believe that they didn't have a run on it, but they did. They are. There's people that already have it. And stuff. People are reviewing and stuff, and it's a shitty way to try to make more money of it. Like I said, people want to pay a premium. Like I would want to pay a premium because it's Starscream. But if it's another figure, I wouldn't give a shit. But it's just a lot of drama, and they're trying to get more money, and it's gonna I think it's gonna bite me in the ass in the end. I mean, I really think it's gonna turn off a lot of people from Make Toys, because then they sitting off for like 2 days later, they're like, oh, now we got enough people. No people have shown interest. No, I think people have shown interest for it.
I'm gonna say this, and this is all I'm gonna say about it, and hopefully Greg will be back from taking his leave.
I'm back. I'm already here.
Beautiful.
I'm just here, so I didn't hear anything else.
I am going to be watching how this shit plays out from here on out very closely. I'm going to be watching the production run, how big it is, what stores get it, who's carrying it, who has it at TFCon DC, et cetera, I guarantee you that shit will be at TFCon DC.
Oh, it'll be here.
I'm going to be watching all that shit very closely. And I would advise people in the community to do the same.
But
Make
they're
Toys
not.
Oh, I agree. But Make Toys has always been very forward with me. So I'm going to be very forward back publicly. I would keep an eye on all that shit. And sometimes if things are too convenient, they are what they are.
Bobby's going to be making some phone calls, making a list, checking shit twice.
I'll wait. You know what? This is the one time I'll wait for the fucking KO. Fuck them.
Do y'all think other companies could try to do this too? Do you think it'd be a domino effect?
That's the punchline. That's the punchline of my upcoming joke.
Okay.
I don't know what has been said so far, so if I repeat anything, I'm sorry. I know people like to correct me in the Shattercast comments as much as they like to correct Bobby in his comments.
Did we put pictures in the show?
Yeah, did we put fucking pictures? Did I say Cottonmouth or Copperhead? Because, you know, I'm a huge fucking 1970s Luke Cage fan.
Dude, but shout out to the guy who did send dick pics.
What the fucking suction?
Yeah.
Dick pics.
Yeah, and that was very offensive for you to say they were small penises.
That's true.
A Chinese company made those, so maybe they thought they were giving them huge penises. And that was pretty. Well, I'm just saying, South Park did it.
Continue.
This is all fishy as fuck.
Yep.
And the people involved in defending it it's just sketchy. Like a guy, like you look at the people that are like starting this movement. Let Make Toys know. What was the hashtag? Make toys
better. Make toys great again.
And it's like make toys. Yeah. So it's photographers. I didn't read the whole thread. I didn't have time because I actually have things going on in my life, like a dog. But I didn't read the whole thread. But I see people that are photographers and people that are known in the community simply because they have a whole bunch of Transformers that are getting behind it. But they're people that seem to always get like early samples of shit, which I'm actually surprised that Bobby doesn't know anything more about it. But I guess because Bobby commands a certain that's probably not the right word. He implies and carries a certain level of integrity that maybe they wouldn't have contacted him about this.
Because I'm gonna say it. Because I'm gonna tell it.
But like these people, like a certain guy associated with TF Source blogs. A couple of photographers, a retailer, they're pushing things that have known associations with Make Toys. And then like little subliminal passive-aggressive shit, like making posts with a picture of the toy that they obviously have in hand with other figures and talking about here's to not being with the herd and just making G1 masterpiece style figures and things like that. And that's a subliminal message. Like that is though, like I read that as in like, oh man, am I the hurt? And I had to reread it to realize they were talking about other toy companies, like on the surface, but the way it was worded, like that's how it hit me. And that's probably how it hits other people. Right. And the whole thing seems fishy. So I started reading their thread, which like Matt said, I came in right when Matt was saying, was posted like 2 days later between cancel and yeah, it came right in that.
Giggity.
So to speak.
So they posted they were canceling, and like then fucking Sunday we were back on board, and I'm reading comments, and people are saying shit like, "I'll buy one, I don't even want it, but I'll buy it to help you guys out." Or, hey, if you can sell me one of those samples or one of those you already have made, I'll pay a hefty premium. And that's the same kind of that's the kind of shit that all this points to. Like, that's the end result that, to me personally, in my head, reading and watching this unfold, seems like what they wanted. Like, pre-orders, I don't doubt the pre-orders were down. Because a lot of people, between the rumors of Make Toys possibly taking a break, let's call it taking a break so no one gets triggered. Robert, shut the fuck up. Go beat your fucking kids or something. But between the rumors of Make Toys taking a break just so no one gets fucking triggered, and the fact that they're starting a fucking whole new fucking line, Cybertron? That like, there's who else is gonna make a fucking Cybertron anything outside of Optimus? Takara might make one. I just need my own segment on the show that's like free of fart jokes. And, like,
Well, but I'm just saying. No, I understand what you're saying. That,
Yeah, everybody's in agreement. Everybody's in agreement.
Yeah, but so who else is going to make that? So they're already dealing with that. So why would people jump on the? No one ever jumps on the very first figure except with the movie Masterpiece because it was Takara, and they knew there would be some manner of follow through. I don't think people would be into that Unique Toys lockdown as much as they were if it wasn't for the Takara stuff. Because totally once again, everyone kind of gravitates around what Official's doing because they know like they have a better chance of being filled out.
Totally.
Because the only third-party company that has actually finished the set has been DX9 with their little headmasters, I think, right?
Yep.
Fans Toys with their Dinobots.
Yep.
Cesium notwithstanding. And then combiner teams. But outside of that, third party doesn't really have a very good track record, especially Nick Toys.
And plus,
of
who
finishing
the fuck wants
series.
to buy a lockdown? You know, like a lockdown is fucking useless. But now that you have a Prime and a Bumblebee to put them next to, it's not so useless anymore.
Exactly. So why would people jump on that? So I can understand, I can sympathize, I can empathize, and I can probably go on record as saying I 100% agree that pre-orders for this are low.
And testify.
Now, I can testify. Now testify.
But hasn't pre-orders been going down anyways? I mean, because a lot of people don't pre-order stuff anymore now because it's easy to get now, easier than used to.
I know, but I mean just for this particular figure.
Right,
and the reason I said that was because what better way to get people interested in something they normally wouldn't care about than turning it to a fucking scandal or a conspiracy? So then they're like, oh, we're going to cancel this because, you know, no one wants it, so I guess we're not going to make it, even though we already did an entire run.
Yeah, no, you're right though. Like
England that have it.
The picture with the heart with the Nosferatu hands, they fucking put like the unpainted test shot in the heart to give the impression like this isn't made yet.
So they already have the templates. We know from making T-shirts and shit. Like there's levels, layers, so to speak, of work that go into making all that shit. So that's done. The fucking molds are done. The materials were acquired. They already did some. So that is bullshit, and I don't fucking buy it for one fucking second. They're turning the frogs fucking gay. So that was my Alex Jones. So my conspiracy theory. But anyway. So that's bullshit that they wouldn't do it. It just seems, it's so obvious. Like, just looking at it on the surface, it's so obviously fishy. And then they've got these people that, like, they've got these big name people, like, making this fucking campaign. Well, no, not Bobby. And that's kind of telling. As I said earlier, that's actually more telling than it is not. That are like on various sides of this and pushing this out. And then they had that little hashtag, make toys, make toys. Well, the fucking hashtag is what I put in the notes, make drama, make toys, because that's what you're fucking telling them. It's like my fucking dog, my little fucking Chihuahua. I love her to death. But when I first got her, she would jump on me when I walked in the fucking door. And what I did, I didn't do what I should have done and told her no. I picked her up and I fucking rubbed her on my face and I hugged her and she licked me and oh my god! And you know what she does now? She attacks me and she will not let me get through the living room without picking her up. And that's what we're going to be doing if we cave into this shit. So the people that are like, I'm going to buy one just to fucking help you out. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help your company out, or I'll pay a premium for one if I can get it. You're reinforcing bad behavior. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
You may think something different.
All these companies that have their own factories are doing just fine without Transformers.
And what's the end? Where's it going to stop?
Did that not think that we knew that they put that stuff out at TF Nation, you know, because of the internet or something?
I think they're playing. Honestly, they've fooled lots of people. Lots of people took this hook, line, and sinker, and no matter what any of us say, they're still going to do this. Most of these collectors are still taking that approach of, I want to support you. Please, I hope it comes out. I want it now.
How'd you know I was doing that?
It's fucking... You know what? I meant to do this earlier. Has anybody checked eBay for this figure yet?
I did. I couldn't find it. I'll check again now.
Oh, okay, yeah, because everybody's waiting on the fucking.
If it says Skullface next to it. Mm-hmm.
Knock it off.
Signed by Skullface.
Yes, son. Even signed by Skullface. Oh, it's going for 10,000.
This is gonna boost not only the fucking resale value of this toy, but also the counterfeit Bobby autographs.
Dude, I got fucking like 13 comments on that fucking Make Toys video today, like just out of the blue. Like,
yeah, because people were like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
I should check it out."
Hey, you know, we know if he sells it next week, he has a big legend collection. He's like, I'm not gonna get into that stuff now, but he got $10,000 for it.
Even I watched your video when you put it up just to give you the view, and I skipped through it. The only part I actually really saw was when you popped that leg panel thing in the back, and I went, "Nice." Right. I'm not buying this, and I closed the window because I figured 7 seconds was enough for you to get a view, and like it count, you know. And that was it. It's just because I don't care about it, and I think a lot of fucking people don't necessarily really care about this. And they could do a smaller run, but don't fucking try to inflate your fucking numbers. And
it's not ready. I think it was ROC that said like this generation is not ready. This generation is not at an age where they're financially stable enough to test. Now, I have a theory that once you test them, you're going to see that you also don't follow through. But this generation that this show was appealing to, like Greg was saying, like that 3-year pocket of, you know, generational kids they're trying to capture is not at a point in their life where they're ready to fucking use disposable income for a $150 figure.
And if they are, I think your attentions would better be served doing Beast Wars.
Talk to them.
And look, I'm talking to you. If you're listening, I'm talking to you. I don't care if they say you're just a representative. I don't care what they say. I've seen you enough. I know who you are. I know you like nice shirts. I know you like ties. I know you like jackets. I get it. You probably have nice shoes. I've never looked. But
are you talking to John 3.0 right now?
No, I'm talking to, you know who I'm talking to. Yeah. I get it. I know you need to re-up for the next year. I get it. But don't try to gentrify my fucking third-party shelf. I mean, fucking trendy bullshit.
Normally, when you expect,
it's too early for it.
If pre-orders are just down, right, and they couldn't financially justify making the run, what if instead of doing, if this was true and they didn't have any more boxes to go out, you know, they could have made them to fill the pre-orders while they were making them to fill an uncertain amount at TF Nation, right? Let's, you know, just to suspend disbelief right now, and they're saying, okay, we wanted, say, 500 pre-orders. We have 300 or 250 pre-orders. Let us see if we can raise the price. And if people still continue with the pre-order, we'll make it. That didn't happen. That could have happened.
Right.
That's why it's like real bullshit.
Smoke and mirrors.
Vape and selfies.
And it's not on eBay. Can you believe that? It's not on eBay.
Hey, Justin, what do you think of this Make Toy stuff?
Talk to him.
The thing of me about it is, like, I was super interested in it when I saw the reviews. I'm like, wow, this is really an interesting looking toy. Like, I have no vested interest in this particular line. And, you know, I found myself going like, wow, I kind of feel like I want this, you know? And, like, after all this stuff has gone down, it's like, yeah, I could not possibly give a crap about this anymore because, like, it's just bullcrap. And I know for a fact that, like, well, I don't know for a fact. That's a lie. But I am willing to bet that, you know, because you guys have said, they've come out and been like, okay, well, we're going to see what we can do. You know, we're gonna be buddies for you guys, you know. We'll get what you want. Like, guarantee you, it's like, well, we got it, but it's gonna be more expensive. Like, and if you are stupid enough to fall for that and you buy it, like, shame on you.
Oh shit.
You know? Even you, Matt. Like, honestly, like, if you're gonna fall for that stuff, like, you're teaching them it's okay to do that, and, like, that's not right.
Don't put me in that spot, Justin.
Justin, you and I are on the fucking wavelength tonight. We're on the spectrum, so to speak. Because I was going to say 0 out of 10. How many are you going to send that bottle? So we still had Matt's best interest in mind.
And another thing is, what I don't get is, okay, who really thinks that Make Toys is going to finish this line? And this is what really going to hurt them too. I think also is, did you expect that they're going to make a Cybertron line?
I can't even honestly say that they're gonna finish the fucking Seekers, like the recolors
or their headmasters.
Like I don't even think they have fucking. They might have some black plastic, but I don't think they have any blue plastic.
But I think the only people that really wanted this toy is Starscream collectors. I think a major percentage of people that won this was Starscream.
And apparently like the character in the show had a pretty big arc or whatever, so like he was popular within the show, so I get that as well.
He's kind of like the Dinobot of that
exactly
show.
And
that was Armada though.
And he's extremely well made.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Too. I thought he did in Cybertron too. He grew big and. Oh, okay. The Dinobot mode, thing was Armada. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, because he died. He suicided himself. Right. Spoilers. If you're 15 years or younger, he suicided himself by firing the first shot at Unicron.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm just saying, this really is going to hurt Made Toy a lot because, like I said, who really thought they was going to finish this line? And, a lot of people were expecting this toy, and then you do this bullshit move and trying to, squeeze a couple more, droplets of cum out of everybody. It's just,
God damn. Matt's every time about the pre-cum.
Subtle.
Too far.
But I don't.
Matt's making his own fucking genre over here.
I don't even think it is gonna hurt them that much ultimately.
It will. I mean, they'll still be around, I guess. I mean, who knows if they're gonna be around because they were going out of business for so many, like Hastings.
I think Justin's right. Most people are gonna fucking snatch this shit up. They're gonna fall.
You're going to be like, oh, well, we have a super limited run here. If you
this
want
is my
it,
chance.
you're never going to get it for a better price, like, we'll never make it again, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't think they'll do this bullshit again for another thing? And they're like,
if it's only going to be available at TFCon and NJ Comic-Con and Wisconsin Comic-Con. And
I don't know if they can pull it off twice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you, the saying is, feed me once, you bite me twice, or something, whatever,
What?
Feed me what now? Now Matt's reaching because literally it was just said. Matt's reaching.
My man said,
I was reaching. I'll reach for a scratch on my ass. That's what I did.
Hey, Robert.
Oh man, you should see my hedgehog scratch your ass or scratch your head, dude. Shit.
Do me a favor, Robert, and feed me once and bite me twice.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, if we're quoting shit,
no, I don't.
I'm
really not sure.
Hold on, I got one. The greatest trick the devil pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. So they can probably get over.
The greatest trick the devil pulled was making the world believe there was two birds with one stone.
and you know what though is like the thing they'll do here is they'll be like, yeah, well, thanks to the people who supported the Howling Meteor or Galactic Meteor or whatever the hell they're calling it, like. Now we're back, and like,
you
thank
did it.
You guys,
you did it. All praise be to you.
We're gonna
fandom. Let's make some noise for the fandom. Goddammit, having the power.
We're gonna reward you guys for your commitment and dedication. With our next release, you'll get an extra special limited edition Starscream character card. Card. We get a character card, and everybody will be like, "Oh my God, Carrot! Oh, thank you so much."
What if they put out Energon Ironhide? I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, and Matt,
make toys will go to the people that played along and say, "Excellent job. Now here, take this piece of cheese." Yeah.
And Matt, I delayed too long because I thought you were going to say something different. Do you know why Armada Starscream fired that shot at Unicron?
I don't remember, but
to teach Megatron and Optimus that friendship was neato. Remember, he did it to show them that it was bigger than factions.
And he came back as a Thundercracker.
And he came back. No, that was after. That was before that, because they didn't have Thundercracker.
Oh,
okay. I look like
I will say though, real quick, if this is like a huge publicity stunt, it's a huge bummer because this is an example of a toy where the merit of the figure should be able to stand on its own to create the sales. Like this is a superbly
100%.
put together figure. And the fact that they would have to rely on something like this, if that is the case, to move it is a fucking bummer because it will always tarnish how great that figure is put together.
Yeah, even if pre-orders were low, once word got around, people would have bought it.
Yep.
Fucking
That's what I
stupid
said.
ass.
Nobody really pre-orders anymore, hardly. I don't pre-order anymore. I mean, it's just,
I
you know,
just go to
stuff.
Toys R Us and get whatever's there.
You know, it's,
Is that what I do? Is I just go to Toys R Us and get whatever? Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to say
it's been a while since Make Toys has gone ahead and tell me how shitty of a person I am. But you know what? Like you're pretty shitty toy company for doing something like this. Like, shame on you, you know? And it's a shame that most people aren't gonna see what you're doing. But like, what a bunch of assholes! Like, seriously.
And instead of blaming us, what you need to do is get on goddamn Toy World and get on KFC, X-Transbots, Fans Toys, and every other fucking company that makes pre-orders a risky fucking move. It used to be you couldn't afford not to fucking pre-order a third-party toy because it would sell out, and now no one pre-orders them because you don't know what the fuck's going to come with the second release or what's going to be fixed.
Yep.
Or you get in the cafe
fancy
for half off.
motherfucker. I know you're not having a fucking party at TFCon, so I'm not worried about me not being invited this year. I know.
You know, like I don't know. I've always had, like, ever since they've contacted me, like, our relationship has been 100%, like, you know,
Plutonic, yeah.
Boom, 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 like, just very objective oriented, and but like they've never led me to believe that they would do anything this kind of constructed, but there is a number of factors at play where it's hard for me to not notice. And I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about outlying people that are making comments and participating, and I'm like, man, this shit seems shady as fuck.
Hey, Bobby, you don't feel like you got manipulated a little bit, maybe?
How so?
Because they've announced all this shit after, like, PR reviewed it, you reviewed it, get the hype up.
Maybe, I mean, like
Bobby victim face.
I don't necessarily see myself that way. Like, all I'm doing, like, because here's the thing with them, and like, this is the one criticism I've had in my relationship with them, and it's not a knock because, like, they've been good to me. I have to admit it, they've been very good to me. But, like, they'll send me the Fans Project female Dinobot, right? And I say this is not, and I'll say this is not good enough to buy. And they'll say, I think you're being too subjective. But then I review the Starscream and I say it's great. Do you think they sent me an email saying I was too subjective with that one?
No, they were like, quick, cancel the pre-orders.
Yeah. The answer is no. And it's not that I like. It's not that I'm trying to shoot myself in the foot and saying don't send me shit. Like, by all means, send me shit. But
Wait a second. Why would Make Toys be emailing you about Fans Project shit? We have it from a good authority. They are two separate companies. They are not affiliated. They may blah 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 blah. It's so fucking stupid, dude.
Right. But like
party like this, it's not even.
But
too
like
much
my
stress,
thing
man.
is like I don't know. That's my thing. If I'm, like I said, I'm gonna watch how this plays out very closely because I've been 100% straightforward. I mean, like, dude, when they first contacted me, the thing that made me fucking say, you know what, I'm gonna fuck with these guys, is they said, look, you criticize Katana for this, and you criticize the First Aid for this, and these were the same exact criticisms that we had of it before we released it. That's why we're reaching out to you.
Before they released it, if they had criticisms of it and they thought there were problems, why did they release it?
I mean, I'm sure that every company.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that Takara looked at Trax and was like, you know what, could have been better, but at this point, let's just put her out.
This a piece of shit.
But like the thing is that and I was like, dude, like, that's fucking awesome because you respect the negative criticism.
Respect.
You know. So
put some respect on that, Bobby.
There's something to be said about that, you know.
Change, man. Heroin's a hell of a drug.
I hear you there. All right, let's get into some questions.
Oh, just real quick to clarify, because I'm thinking about all the various TFCon parties that could be happening. I was clearly referring to the Benicio del Toro looking, from Guardians of the Galaxy looking dude. Anyone else that dresses fancy and might want to invite me to a fancy party at TFCon Reston, you're more than welcome to invite me to your party. It's cool. I didn't mean you. I like I like free booze and food. I really, really, truly do.
I
So
will-
I just met that one guy. I won't
I
say
would
his
say like just like I
name,
just
but-
I was invited to the party last year. It's not my thing. Like I'm there to meet the people in the community. I respect everybody that's ever fucking spoken to me and given me the time of day, and it's just that it's not the right place.
Except for that one dude.
Except for that guy.
I hope somebody
Never
hangs out with me at TFCon. I really hope somebody hangs out.
Dude, they're having a shrimp fest here in Ohio the weekend before TFCon. You want to roll up?
Yeah.
Because Ohio is known for its shrimp.
Yeah. Well, I'm there then.
Why is it over shrimp?
Yeah, it's blue text, Robert.
Sarcasm.
Because it's landlocked.
I hope somebody talks to me at TFCon.
All right, let's
Yeah,
get some
they
questions. Let's get some questions in. So, dear Shattercast crew, this is from MP Collector. Are there any third-party figures that have been released to date that you think will be particularly valuable in 10 years? I ask because I was taking stock of my third-party collection recently, and at one point I caught myself wondering which of these figures would be increased in value over time, and which ones might tank in value once a better alternative emerges. Anyway, I would be curious to hear if there are any pieces in any of your collections that you think could help pay for a retirement someday, and alternatively, are there any figures that you think are worth more right now than they will ever be worth down the road?
Galaxy Meteor.
Yeah, I think all. I don't think third party is the game to get into for an investment. I really don't.
I think this is something I brought up before. I think that what's going on now at collecting is you can rewind back to when we were kids collecting G1. You know, stuff's changing hands, getting rid of stuff. I think that if you keep this stuff safe and sound, by the time you're an old fuck, it's going to have good value. But it's going to be, 20 years, and it'll be a collectible because most people got rid of theirs. So that's what I think.
Well, that was a problem. For me personally, I'm with you, Bobby. Like, I really don't think that it's any of this stuff is really investment. Like, there's stuff that I think probably will have value later on, but I mean, it's impossible to really tell because who knows what's gonna happen. The only thing I can really say probably is gonna at least hold some kind of value is the Takara stuff because it's official, and.
Right.
Just like people still pay for G1, like people are going to pay for Masterpiece Megatron, years from now. And they'll pay for, MP10. So, yeah, I think that's probably the only one that's legitimately going to stay. Because, like GCreations, they made Dinobots, Fans Toys made Dinobots. Like, who knows who else? Maybe Make Toys is going to cancel some Dinobots and release them again. Who knows? But, there's
Wait
always,
on the Fans Project Snarl.
Exactly. There's always a chance that someone else is gonna make something and it's just gonna replace what's out there, and then suddenly there's no value because I don't think anybody who necessarily bought Hercules when he came out was like, yeah, something's better is gonna come along. Everyone thought it was kind of groundbreaking, and then lo and behold, everything changed. So
yeah,
it's just a matter of time.
Man, y'all remember when Battle Tanker came out?
God, I have that thing. I want to give it a
change. I have Battle Tanker too. No, what I say is I don't think it's like I said, it's not worth to get into it because of investment. But with all of it being reissued all the time, and now people know that stuff like this is valuable. Like back then, you didn't know. You were a kid, you just played with them. Nobody knew what they were just toys. Now. You can make a couple bucks here and there, and everything, but I just don't think with all of them being reissued, even the car stuff being reissued all the time, there's just going to be a large amount of stuff out there. I don't think it's going to be worth anything hardly. So,
see, the more people who think that will drive up the value of the few that can maintain the stuff that they.
That's true. But I just think that there's a lot more people aware of the value now. Used to, people would, old grandfathers and grandma and grandpas would take in their G1, their kids' G1 stuff or their grandkids' stuff, and you get a lot of money. But, now you just, people know what the value is on these stuff, and people watch shows all the time on, A&E and everything. They know what collectibles are worth now, and I just don't think that, they'll be worth a lot of money later on.
No doubt.
I kind of zoned out there.
Sorry, I bored you.
No. I was actually with Justin. I had something else caught my attention. And so I don't want to. Yes, I caught a Squirtle. Yeah, there was a Squirtle in my laundry basket, and I Pokemon Go'd it. I don't want to repeat anything that he may have said because he and I tend to say a lot of the same opinions. I think it's something I'm proud of. From time to time, but like did you mention reissues?
I did,
but Matt did.
Oh well, I definitely zoned out when I was talking because I was thinking about how I was going to apologize to you for zoning out during your. But yeah, Brawny or fucking what was the first big one? Actually,
Sun Surge.
No, shut up.
Was it
Battle? It might have been Battle Tanker though, because Battle Tanker shot up for on the secondary market.
You know which
and
one?
Then,
the very first one I can think of, Greg, is
that kit for
the Ultra Magnus add-on armor, the TF Parallax
Cliff Jumper kit too.
Oh yeah, and then that actually shot up the price on that Ultra Magnus too.
Mm-hmm. And then as a result, that one ended up so the price of that Ultra Magnus came out, and then like they reissued it finally with like 700 different other colored versions of it, and then like now they're all worthless, you know.
Yeah, and then one that does hold its value though, that very first Fans Project kit, the bumper and Cliff Jumper thing. That thing, the last one I saw sold.
Yeah, but it was only like
$300
made though.
Yeah, I think it sold for like $350 for a bumper and a head.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, 2 bumpers.
It was a sniper too. I think they had a sniper with it or something.
But remember, like Quake Wave, people were paying $350 for fucking Quake Wave.
Yep.
And now you can't get shit for them because they reissued it. No one believed it. Same thing with Brawny. They reissued Brawny twice, and people still went back a second time and paid fucking $200 for him.
Yeah.
And it's gonna happen with. I sold my Galvatron, and I didn't sell my Sovereign I sold him for retail, but I did sell my Sovereign because I never really liked him. I mean, he's fine, but I didn't love him. Shut up. I didn't love him, and I know there's a reissue coming, but even still, I found out people are paying $250, $300 on the eBay for that thing.
They're paying for Megatron too.
Because they don't believe. Yeah, because they don't believe the rumor. It's just rumors. It's like people right now, the Earth's flat. They're not going to reissue fucking that. One of their best-selling fucking toys that sold out twice. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, it's just stupid what people will pay. But anyway, yeah, I don't think in this day and age there's a third-party figure. In fact, the only thing you have to do to lower the value on a third-party toy is have Takara say, "Hey, look what we got coming out," and then bam, and it sinks. And I just want
to say one thing before I'm sorry, and just if you wait, it will be a good price because I got a great price on the Transformers Collector Club G2 Starscream. He's been going for like over $100 and everything. I got him for $56 shit.
I think Pinkerton has a phrase like "patience saves pockets" or some shit like that. Like,
if you wait, I mean, all that TFC stuff went on sale. Superion, Herc, and all that stuff. I mean, if you just wait, I mean, if you have to have it, that's fine. But if you want to wait around, it will go down in value.
Dude, shout out to BTS putting shit on clearance because I always get comments like on TFC's Lyle Kaiser or somebody being like, "Thought I was gonna get it for $250, but nope, still not worth it."
If you have a third-party toy, if you're thinking about buying a third-party toy, and you think that it's an investment for the long run, you need to go to Google fucking Earth, put in your address, and then zoom way the fuck out.
What?
Because people buy third-party. Well, I'm explaining it because people buy third-party toys and they think that it's such a fucking big deal, and like it's like when Takara announces something, the price fucking drops. It doesn't matter how many people want it before or another third-party fucking toy. It's not that big of a fucking market. I know it seems like it in a Facebook group with 150 people. I know it seems like a big deal, but it's really not. It's not a fucking investment. I read an article, I think it was specifically about Star Wars toys, but it applies to everything else. Like, modern toy collecting is not an investment unless it's something with a super limited run, maybe.
Right.
But your 1 out of 5 fucking Target Kids Day edition cardboard cutout fucking blaster, that's never going to be worth anything.
Oh shit! I got 30 of those.
Your 3 3/4 scale modern day Star Wars figures aren't going to be worth what your dad's were. Or well, at this point, your grandpa's. Like, it's not gonna be a thing, and it's doubly, triply, quadruply true for third party. The only reason that Fans Project set sells for so much is because it's arguably one of the first. Well, it's the first Fans Project. It's the first Fans Project, and it's one of the first third party sets.
I agree.
It's just not.
Let's move on to the next question. So the next question comes from Chris. Chris is from the Philippines, and
shout out to the fucking Philippines.
Hey, Chris.
Let's make some noise to the Philippines.
How you doing, Chris?
Fuck yeah, fucking shout out to Yule too. He's the president of the Philippines, right?
I agree. That's the truth. But the thing is, I don't know about you guys, but like, whenever there's anybody in the States that listens, I'm always kind of taken back, let alone somebody outside the fucking country.
Yeah, no, we don't know those people.
Chris has a blog called Stories from the Toy Shelf, so check that out. And here's his questions. He says, greetings from the Philippines. I've been a regular listener to your podcast since I, quote-unquote, discovered it sometime last year, but this is my first time to write. So I hope you don't mind the long letter. First off, I just want to thank you guys for consistently putting out high-quality podcast episodes every week. I usually avoid podcasts with more than 3 hosts since more often than not, they don't know how to properly interact and just talk over each other with their opinions.
Your irony showing.
I know. Worst yet, usually at least one of the 2 podcasters use shitty equipment, messing up the volume levels of the entire cast.
Your irony
talking about the same show.
Shatteredcast is different, as you guys got 5 guys with real chemistry and who each add something unique to the podcast, so keep up the great work. Anyway, my question is about third-party accessories and add-ons. What is your take on them? I mean, having a Masterpiece Prime with an axe hand and a little mini Megatron gun to hold was cool, but now we have Takara and third-party companies giving you bug sprays, alien masks, fishing poles, multiple hand accessories, and we will never really display our bots with ever. I think it's just getting a bit much. If third-party and Takara did away with all these excessive add-ons, would prices go down? I'd rather have a basic MP grapple without all those useless crane extensions if it meant I would pay less. Let me tackle this real quick. I think that more often than not, when it comes to accessories, it's just trying to take advantage of what's left of the sprue space. So when they go to produce a sprue, they're like, fuck, we got like 3/4 of a sprue left. What can we do? Okay, let's add in a key to Vector 6. Okay, let's add in a fucking Megatron helmet, whatever the case may be. And that's where they come up with these accessories. I don't think that anybody's really going out of the way to produce accessories that are an extension of the price and sprue and material costs that are already going into production. That being said, I just had a conversation with Jisk today about accessories.
God, if you love Jisk so much, why don't you fucking marry him?
Marry him. So, like, the thing is like, you know, I was listening to Realm of Collectors, and they were having a conversation very similar to about this subject matter, and they were saying how, you know, fuck it, save me the cost. And Pinkerton and underscore Dent said, look, I'd rather have the extra accessories. And then Jisk said, well, wouldn't you rather just have a Ryu with the blast effect hands, and then you could do whatever? But the truth is, no. I would rather have shit like the hand options, because I'm okay with paying for the ability to customize my figure the way I want it to be. That said...
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
You better go damn customize your family.
That being said, I don't think that shit is actually playing into the production cost of most Transformer pieces. I think that most Transformer pieces, whether it be official or third party, is just trying to take advantage of the sprue space available to them, so they throw extra shit on the sprue. That's my opinion.
And on top of that, no one gave a fuck about accessories, and then they started getting them, and now they get them. They're like, oh, just throw them in the box. Well, they were like, oh, just put them in the box, because, I mean, that's what I do. I rarely use them. And it's like, just throw them in the box anyway. But then, on the flip side, if a figure comes out, especially a Takara figure, that doesn't have all the accessories, they cry foul. So it's like another.
Not getting my money's worth.
It's another artificial benchmark.
Whoa! What if the price was lower though?
But I mean, how much lower? Like, what accessories could you say that would drive the price down low enough where it would make it worthwhile?
The spray can.
You would have to lose a lot. Like
a lot.
By accessories, it'd be like, yeah, we didn't give him any legs. You know, like that's what you'd have to lose to actually save
just got
more
the
than
upper
like
body,
a couple pennies.
I don't think those motherfuckers are making any points on those accessories.
Yeah, I can guarantee you if there is a cost associated with it, like it's pennies on the dollar.
Right.
Oh yeah, but still, it's like I said, it's that. Well, I don't know who you're. I don't know who. Exactly right here. I don't know who you were talking to with that counterpoint or question because 3 people said something at the same time. I didn't understand what any of it was.
But our podcast has good chemistry and we don't speak all over one another.
Yeah, dude, I know a fucking troll post when I fucking take one. So you better
watch, really good.
You better watch your T's and Q's, young man.
So let me ask this question: would y'all, if
not
they
your Q's and cross your S's, because I'm on to you.
If money did come into the equation, would you trade that in for like more paint or better articulation or something like that?
Well, Matt, money changes everything. First of all.
Well, that's true. But I'm just saying, if you could.
Yes, I would trade it in for more paint, but I don't think that's ever the issue. Like,
I'm not saying it was. I'm asking if y'all would.
Right, you're asking hypothetically. Yes, I would trade it in for more paint, but there is shit like this shit came out today. Like if you look at a Marvel Legend, right? And a Marvel Legend,
boy.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
so look. Like a Marvel Legend comes with 2 hands that are holding hands and 1 fucking sword. And now you got a whole shelf full of characters making a dumbass holding hand position for no fucking reason whatsoever. Yep. They're just holding air.
Or trigger fingers is worse. Like Black Widow, that very first movie Black Widow. She didn't come with guns, her holsters, and guns are molded with the holsters.
Exactly. So like that's the difference is like if you get a SH Figuarts that has a fuck ton of hands, I want to pay for those extra hands so that I can put the motherfucker in the pose that I want him in. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But I can do whatever I want, which is ultimately the most important for me in terms of making my purchase.
Pose.
Now, let me ask you a question that might hit kind of close to home, Bobby.
Go ahead.
Because now comes to the part where we trigger Bobby, especially he's a bottle in. So if you admit that most accessories are just a result of using up sprue space and they don't really factor in, they're just there to use it up.
With Transformers.
Okay, well it's just extremely fair then.
Yes.
Do you really think there's a merit in criticizing the execution as far as like paint and everything else? Like if it's going to be a single or double cast piece of plastic just to use up the space, like can you really fault them for not painting it?
For me, yes, only because like it comes down to that philosophy of if something
you're going to do it,
it's worth doing right. Exactly.
Yeah. But what if that paint? What if the extra step in paint? What if the extra production step there was enough to offset the cost?
Okay, well then okay. So then in that situation, it's a situation where the circumstances dictate the action. So if we're talking about the key to Vector Sigma, you can leave off a few paint apps and save me $1. If we're talking about Megatron's arm cannon, give me some paint.
I hear you. I just thought it was a worthy discussion point.
Absolutely.
Don't flip out. Calm down.
Dude, here I am unflipped.
Put the gun down. Not worth it.
But he has more questions.
I'm sure he does, because that's the trend these days. You let one guy send you a fucking novel and some dick pics, and everybody wants to do it.
First, you think
where are those dick pics at?
I got to stop. Kit needs something.
Okay.
You think it's going to be the Eclipse, and it's just someone's balls.
He said, "Have you ever purchased a character off one company over the other because the accessories it came with?" Me, no. Robert,
no.
Justin,
nope.
Matt,
no.
And I'm going to say no for Greg as well. What is the dumbest accessory ever released for a character, and what's your favorite? That's a good one.
The dumbest? The Matrix.
I think the dumbest accessory for me might be the little paper cardboard cutout of the G1 Iron Face head to put in the fucking thing. Like you would ever fucking use that.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad.
The best, it might be Dickus Football for me. Not that I would ever use it. I just think it's a fucking cool accessory. And the way that they made it work, like with the extra tab that plugged into the hand, showed more dedication than they showed to the figure itself.
Huh. I'd say my best is the coordination set.
Oh, that's a good one, Matt. That's a good one. That might be one worth paying extra money for, too.
Oh, yeah. Some people have. I mean, didn't one company release a coordination set for the NPs?
Yeah, I think so.
And they actually did it for Thundercracker and Skywarp too, which was kind of weird, but whatever. But I can't think of it.
That's a good one.
Dumbest.
That's a good one, Matt. The fucking coordination set is a good one.
I can't think of a dumb one. I think most of the time that they're usually, spot on. I love what's coming with Cosmos. I love that spray can and the little tentacles. I can't think of a dumb one really, to be honest.
Any fucking weapon that any of the figures can't hold is fucking dumb.
Yeah. I can't really think of any bad ones.
I got a dumb one. Masterpiece Grimlock, his light up arm, gun, and sword, because it just fucked up his whole arm and his hand. I hated that shit. That accessory.
That's fair.
I thought you were going to say the brain thing, whatever, for Computron. I was like, wow, that was a good one. Or
by
the helmet.
By the same standard, I actually hated the sword that came with Scoria because he can't hold it without angling his wrist all the way down.
Yeah, same with most of those fucking Dinobots and their fucking chromed out weapons.
Yeah, I wish that was different. Not an accessory because it's poorly executed. I gotta think about it because I was gonna say Chip Chase from what you would call it, but because he just falls apart. But I mean that's a poor execution too.
I love the reflector. How all three third-party reflectors came with a small camera because like all of my my Thundercracker, my MP Thundercracker holds the small camera. Even though I have the reflector represented on my shelf.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's some good ones. I just can't think of any bad ones right now.
Who was it that came with the Shockwave gun?
Shockwave, MP Shockwave.
Okay, that was a good. That was a good accessory as well.
I like the what did it come with? The little die-cast Optimus Primal. Who did that come with?
That was it Cheetor?
Yeah, I think it came with Cheetor. I love it.
Oh, that mace. The mace that came with Primal was pretty cool.
The mace was good, too, yeah.
He scales well with MP10. I love that little die-cast Optimus Primal.
What's the most overused one?
Matrix. Fucking Matrix.
Or the third party.
I'm back. What question are we on?
How about
what was your favorite accessory and dumbest accessory?
From anyone or from
anyone? Cannon. Any Transformer toy.
What I think, does overuse have to be a bad thing?
No, just whatever you think is the dumbest.
That goddamn KFC fucking flight stand.
But it works.
Yeah, if it ain't broke,
exactly.
Fix it, right? But still, man, they got their fucking mileage out of that one.
Yeah.
They think they're fucking.
Oh, the KFC hands. That's a dumb one.
That's another one. Well, that's another.
Is that an accessory?
I don't think it's a dumb one.
It's not really an accessory, though.
It's for the people that want them. Granted, it's not so much for the people that buy their actual toys, I don't think, but...
Poorly executed.
It's poorly executed. What's the worst one? Or the dumbest one, I should say.
That's hard. I couldn't think of one to think of.
I think everybody making those Megatron clone helmets. Like, really, whose favorite episode...
Yeah, that's a bad episode.
Computron's shield. He can't hold it.
I got a goddamn sesame seeds stuck in my tooth. Sorry.
Oh, the fucking Seeker pilots I fucking had it with also. Get them out of here.
I don't mind them, but I wish there was some variation or paint to them.
Well, I like the Arkaville one, but the rest of them can just fucking take a hike.
Oh, well, you should get those BB7 Seekers because they come with all the different versions. They come with like 3 of them.
Great. They're like, we're knocking them all off.
Taking them out a whole new door. However you say that in Chinese.
Right.
Oh, come on. I know I got another one. I keep thinking about Masterpiece accessories, and like those are all pretty, for the most part, well thought out. And have a precedent that like someone would care about. What's some third-party stuff? Goddamn Matrix. That one's fucking overdone.
Yeah, we talked about that as well. So
DX9 Galvatron's Matrix is really stupid.
Let's all right. So here's another one. Here's the last question that he asks.
Actually, can I get open letter to third-party companies?
Sure.
If you want to keep doing, and Takara too. Actually, if you want to keep including matrices, make them open. Because I've been sitting here actually. Now that I think about it, because I'm packing up that Galvatron, and I have his Matrix like in my hand, and several times while we've been recording, I've pulled on this thing like it's going to open. And like that one that came out like a billion years ago with the Rodimus, like that's cool. But I think somebody can make a decent opening Matrix that actually looks and functions like
the touch comes on too.
DX9's opens.
Does it? Oh yeah, but it
looks
looks stupid though.
Dude, hey, if it opened and the touch started playing, would that be even better?
Oh, I would love that.
Only if
Rusty in the background.
Only if you opened it and that picture of you from TFCon Chicago, the first one popped in, like the Masters of the Universe movie.
Oh yeah.
And I could be like, Bobby, we were there. Eternia.
That guy was staring me down.
Like it could zoom out on our Ohio street and the credits would roll.
Dude, hey,
that would be awesome. And Matt would be like, I have the power.
Let's wrap up the show with his last question, which is: at this point, what would you name as the best third-party Transformer that you've ever owned or handled? And what would be your worst? And he says, where do you see third party in 5 years? Just kidding. Thanks again for the great podcast. So thank you for writing. Shout out to the Philippines.
Thank you.
So best and worst, gentlemen, third party products. Anybody?
I'm saying Ollie for.
I'm gonna say for the worst, the fucking Mechaform Sky Guardian. That is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say TFC Hound is the worst.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And the best is Sphinx.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
And Tetra Jets.
All right, Greg, so what's your worst?
Yeah, there's a lot of bad ones. Man, I don't know. That's a multiple choice question there. That's a choose your own adventure because everybody's got different tastes.
Yeah, for sure.
And some people have different luck. Oh, I know. The very first fucking toy I ever sent back. The
Fans Toys.
Fans Toys. What they call that, Galvatron? No, what was that War for Cybertron Onslaught?
Oh yeah, that was like the middle bit for the combiner for the Hasbro ones.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this thing's really bad. And he's like, just mess. I was like, no, it's really bad. I got to send this thing back. Like, I need an RMA number. That's probably the worst. And tied for that is the KFC Slam Dance set. That was the other one.
Oh, that was pretty bad.
I had that thing
striking a nerve with Bobby.
I had that thing sold before I even transformed the second cassette.
That was,
and I might not even got the first one transformed right.
Yeah, that was your fastest turnaround ever, I think.
Yeah, it was like 14 minutes from mailbox to sold.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst. Best third party. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one, man, because it's like the best built, but most enjoyable. I don't fucking know. I can't answer that Backdraft. I can't. I never even bought Backdraft. I can't answer that question. I honestly can't, with a clear conscience, answer that question.
It's hard.
I guess I would say Ollie.
Right.
Yeah, always my worst and best.
Yeah, because you got to go into categories with that shit. Like best combiner, you got to do like a fucking award show. Like best combiner would be constructor. Best like individual, like because I've handled a handful of toys and like there's
handballs.
Well, I said a handful, so we're not talking about Matt Baldwin.
I know. I don't care. I got a small dick. What?
There's a reason he likes shrimp. I'm just gonna say.
That's true.
Man, I can't answer that question. I'm sorry. Pass.
Justin?
Gosh, well, I mean, I have to. I just have to give the worst to pretty much anything Impossible Toys. But if I'm not going to throw it in their direction, which is totally justified anyway, that Bold Forms Lone Wolf, like,
that's a bad one. That's a bad one.
the
Dude, yours didn't have a face. Should we make some noise for that? Let's make some noise
for that. like the engineering is there, but the build quality and stuff was not bad. But you know what? There's one that beats it. I'm sorry. We were so on Make Toys, I forgot about it. The Omnigonic Spinout. It's just flat garbage. Like that's even worse than Bold Forms because at least that didn't fall apart.
That's fine.
I never handled any of these, like any of you guys' worst.
I got 5 of them.
I don't think I've. Yeah. No, I asked you if you'd send me one to check it out, and you were like,
I'll send you one.
Yeah, I never got to mess with one because I wasn't gonna pay $20 for one.
I'll sign the box too if you want me to.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's by far I think the worst thing. Like he may even be worse than the Impossible Toys stuff. To be honest with you, like Impossible Toys was a victim of, being like the first real like third-party figures, more than just an add-on kit. Like this, like he's flat out bad. Like bad.
And they made a couple of decent figures too, just by virtue of being one of the first. Like some of the Quintessons weren't that bad.
Yeah,
they did what they needed to do. They lit up, which was fucking ooh at the time. They had stands, ooh, like they were pretty good until someone else comes along, which I don't understand why no one else is making Quintessons.
Yeah,
that seems like a no-brainer, especially like with this newfangled technology they have, like wind-up barrels on Devastator. You think you could make a Quintesson that could spin around?
And that Tetrajet Starscream I had, that was god. In bot mode, he was just goofy looking. I didn't like that. So.
Which one was better, the Tetrajet or the knockoff G1 that you got?
Ooh.
I'm not even being a smartass. Like, I'm literally asking. Which one would you buy again if you had the second chance?
Tetrajet. I bought the Tetrajet. That one, I don't even. It didn't last. I mean, it fell off the first rope, and it disintegrated. I think it exploded too. I think I heard a big pop or something when it dropped.
Oh.
But
did that guy ever give you your money back?
No, he didn't. I saw a legit one. Someone was selling one for $450. The box was jacked up, but the bot looked pretty good. I almost bid on it.
I hit that dude up, man. I was like, you need to give him his money back. Like, you misled him. And he was like, it's not my fault. He didn't know what he was buying with my false words and unclear pictures.
It's my fault. I mean, it was my fault a little bit, so whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, he blocked me and left the cafe anyway, so, yeah.
Bygones be bygones. I don't hold a grudge on people. So.
Who hasn't gone yet? Anybody?
Let bygones turn another cheek.
I don't know if I said my best one.
All right, go ahead. Go for your best.
The best one is kind of hard for me to pick from because there is so many good things. But one of the ones that I really, really liked, even though it has a couple little flaws on it, is the Fans Toys Hound. I really like their version of Hound. I think it just captures what I'm looking for in a third-party masterpiece style figure.
Yeah, that's another one I can't imagine switching out. So my worst is definitely Megaform Sky Guardian. My best is probably a tie between Toy World's Constructor.
Copycat face.
Yes, Road Caesar.
Fans Toys.
Which one? Fans Toys what?
Galvatron.
Galvatron. No.
And MMC Carnifex would be up there for me as well.
Hey, you know what they say, Bobby? Opinions are like assholes. They leave the whole world blind.
Yep.
I don't have to throw my best. I know we just dogged out Make Toys, but I love their cross dimension stuff.
No doubt.
I love it.
So, look, we don't have any new 5-star reviews to share from iTunes. So if you listen to this via iTunes, please leave us a 5-star review and write out the answer, and we will read this on our next thing.
And you know what? If you listen to it by YouTube, but you have access to iTunes,
yeah, that's also an option. It's also an option. If you're listening to this on YouTube, but you own an iPhone, I got news for you. You too can leave a review.
But if you listen to this on YouTube and you leave us a negative review and you can listen to this on iTunes, please don't go over there too and leave us a negative review.
Yeah, and I mean, how much...
I haven't figured out how to block you there yet.
How much work do you really want to dedicate to leaving a negative review? Like, you must really hate us personally.
Enough to make a fake profile?
Oh, there's people who hate us.
Yeah, make some noise for fake profiles, goddammit.
And go sub too. We've been getting a lot of subs lately, so go over there and sub at our YouTube channel.
Yep, and if you're listening to it, give it a like. Tell your friends. That's how this show works. It doesn't really work in any other format. It works from people telling people that it's fucking good. People of like-minded nature.
Bobby, was that racist?
Not at all. Not at all. I denounce the White Devils in Virginia. Shout out
on both sides.
Charlemagne on Brilliant Idiots was like, if you're white, you should be denouncing the White Devils. So here I am.
Man, shout out any moving company in DC looking to get a big contract. We're not a political show, but you got to poke fun at things that are worth poking fun of. Because
TFCon is less than 2 months away.
Yeah.
We're looking at about a month and
so buy your knee pads now.
Keep that same energy.
Hey, you know what? You can even potentially, spoilers, you might be able to get Shattercast knee pads soon if you really are that into our show.
That's a fact.
It comes with a bottle of Shattercast lube.
Yeah.
Dude, why didn't we jump on Shattercast knee pads just for ladies? Hey.
all three of you that listen to us. All right.
Shardouts to Courthouse Network, ROC, Anti-Around, Toy Detox, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerd Rage Radio, 8 Weeks,
and my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse, I am Ratchet. Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. The sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit for your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it up now.
Shut the fuck